We have officially made it to game number 3, folks. What's up, everybody? This is a huge night, obviously. And my guy, Sunsgen, is getting us off on the right foot. My guy, appreciate you. With 5 gifted memberships off rip. Appreciate you, Sunsgen. Always here for the support, brother. New York Knicks are at Philadelphia, a pivotal Game 3. Can the Knicks take a commanding 3-0 series lead, or will Philly bounce back and actually make this a competitive series? Time will tell. Who knows? I kind of like our Knicks here tonight. I know obviously the deck is stacked against us with no OG Anunoby here tonight. The Knicks do get Mitchell Robinson back. Philadelphia 76ers do get Joel Embiid back. Deuce McBride will be in the starting lineup for OG Anunoby. Those lineups have consistently killed for the Knicks, but obviously down Anunoby for the entirety of the game puts you on the back foot. Let's get ahead. Let's shock Philly, and let's pull this one off. That is correct. We are indeed back in the building here today. Of course, my tie is crooked as all. My goodness. Of course, we are here, ready to go. Also, where's my mic? Hold on. Can y'all hear me correctly? Because my mic is on the younger side. There it goes. Hold on. There we go. We should be all right now. A little all over the place to start, aren't we? Jason said, I like the lineup. Time for us to get out and run. Absolutely. Jimmy Pope, what's up, Jimmy? Ian Parkins, George Jones, Sean of a Gun, Sons Jen, my guy. Appreciate you, brother. Scomberg, what's up, Scomberg? Back in the garden again, basically, pretty much. So we are out there in Philadelphia, of course, for Game 3. Played the first 2 games in Madison Square Garden. We're going to play the next 2 games over there in Madison Square Garden 2, I guess. The sequel here today, it will continue. It will be majority filled with Knicks fans, of course. If you guys don't know, if there are any Philly fans in the chat who aren't aware, Knicks will invade the building. Philly tried to make it so that only 76ers fans, not 76ers fans, but only Philadelphian residents, Pennsylvanian residents, can purchase tickets to this game. If you tried to purchase them online through the ticket apps, which of course that's pretty much the only way you could sell these tickets anymore. I wish they still had physical tickets. Mark said they couldn't sell it out. They donated tickets. Yes, I did see that they donated like 500 tickets, right? Which is not an insignificant amount of tickets. That is a large quantity of tickets. My goodness. I tell you what, Ticketmaster also came out. I think it was Ticketmaster. One of these ticket selling apps came out and they were like, listen, 60% of our tickets have been purchased by people in the New York, New Jersey area. And it's like, okay, here we go. If we're going off of that, the building at worst is going to be 60-40. And I tend to assume that there's plenty of Knicks fans down there in Philadelphia. I think this might be 70-30. And to your point, Mark, about they couldn't even sell out their tickets, I think Philly fans, for the most part, have kind of washed their hands of this team right now. They're like, yeah, the Knicks are going to beat us. There's no sense in even going to these games. Even if we win one, maybe they win 2, which I don't think 76ers fans have a ton of faith. This series feels inevitable for the Knicks. Now, it's obviously up to the Knicks here to not rest on their laurels. Yes, no OG Anunoby, but you better show up here tonight. Everybody needs to have a good game. All hands on deck. When you're down one of your best players, it has to be all hands on deck. Philly was down Joel Embiid the previous game. They had all hands on deck. They even dug deeper into their bench, getting into foul trouble. They brought in Bona. They brought the Fleas with an incredible, generous super chat. Appreciate you, my guy, the Fleas. I got to change this so that we could maximize your name better. But shout out my guy, The Fleas, with a very generous super chat. Appreciate you. He said, salute to the chef. Let's go, Knicks. Yes, sir, brother. Appreciate you. Appreciate your generosity, guys. I really, really do. Thank you. Sons Jen got us off started right. The Fleas coming in right after him. My goodness. Trapped in the 90s. What's up, Trap? Raymond, what's up, Raymond? Saw the buses loading up to go to the game early? Yes, sir. User, what's up, User? Appreciate you, brother. Paper Dog, what's up, Paper Dog? Why am I so excited? It feels like I'm at the game. This is the opportunity for the Knicks. I can't remember. Obviously, I can't remember because it hasn't happened anytime soon. I can't remember the last time the Knicks went up 3-0. Did the Melo years ever go up 3-0 in a playoff series? I don't think so, right? I don't think so. I can't remember the last time the Knicks swept the series. I don't expect a series sweep here. I'm rooting for it, obviously. Knicks in 4 until proven otherwise, and they have yet to be proven otherwise. But the sweep is obviously on the table here for the Knicks. They have just been the much better team. If there's any night for Philadelphia to come out with a victory, tonight is the night for sure. But if the Knicks go up 3-0, do you then contemplate sitting OG Anunoby out for a possible Game 4? Obviously, we're getting ahead of ourselves. So let's get ahead and let's get into this. Before we even start the game, I do want to make sure we get to this because I didn't finish the bingo card for a specific reason because we weren't sure who was going to be playing. Was Embiid going to be playing? Which I do not have a player prop up for, which we could put in now. We could throw Embiid in for 30. We'll throw Embiid in for 30 down here. We have George for 20 in that one, Cat for 25, Embiid for 30 in the same column. Let's do it. We could do Embiid for 30. And no OG Anunoby, which means we have 3 spots to fill in here. Why did I leave 3 spots open? Anyway. But you guys let me know, what do we want to see here on the bingo card here tonight? It is fresh and available to make, something we normally don't do because we don't have a ton of time in the pre-games. Maybe next year that's something we could do. We could start maybe slightly even earlier than 30 minutes before the advertised tip-off time. Deuce for 3 threes. I think we have deuce for 3 threes up here unless I didn't put it on. Let's go through it. We have any player for 3 blocks, Robinson for 4 offensive rebounds, Paul George for 20 points, a successful challenge, a travel, Bridges for 15, a player fouls out, Edgecombe for 20, Embiid for 30, logo 3, Brunson for 30, a technical foul, double-double, Maxey for 30, shot clock violation, failed challenge, Josh Hart for 12, 5, and 5, Cat for 15, a goal 10. We do have Robinson for offensive rebounds. He was questionable, but he is playing. A triple-double, 4-point play. So we don't have McBride. Let's go ahead and throw McBride on there. 8-second violation. It's pretty rare, but I don't hate it. We could throw that in there. I mean, we have 2 free slots. We have McBride for 3 threes, which I'm going to throw there or here. Bridges is there. Maxey's there right next to Bridges. We'll throw it here. McBride, 3 threes. He's in the starting lineup. He should absolutely go off here today in the starting lineup playing with the starters. McBride, 15, 5, and 5 is a little high for him. He definitely doesn't get that much in the Mo box? Ooh, Mark, do we want to do it as simple as a Mo Diawara sighting? Mo Diawara plays today? I'm down for it because you guys know how big of a Mo Diawara fan I am. Naughty Ghost said the wedgie has to be on there. Bring the wedgie back. Nikki, what's up, Nikki? Jimmy Pope, you don't want to make it worse. That's what happened to Quickly. He tried to come back and it got worse in a workout. Absolutely, Jimmy. Yeah, they're absolutely going to play it safe. I fully 100%. I fully 100% trust this medical staff. They have my full trust. All right, let's put Mo Diawara plays. We're going to keep it simple with Mo because it's not guaranteed he will play. So we're going to put it up there, down here. We have Bridges there. We also have Bridges right next to it, so it doesn't really matter. We can go either way. We'll put Bridges, we'll put Diawara here. Mo Diawara sighting. We'll leave it at that. A Mo Diawara sighting. You know what that means. Mo Diawara gets in the game here today for the first time in the series, getting actual, well, not first time in the series because he played in game 1 because it was a blowout, but Rose with the Rose, Mr. Nixon. GTA 2 steals. We could put GTA in there. How about Mo or Sohan? I'll count Mo or Sohan. I guess we could do Diawara / Sohan. I'm down with that. I think it's a possibility he could lean onto Sohan over Mo Diawara for sure. I wouldn't, but I could see Mike Brown doing that. That's not another run possibility. We'll do Diawara or Sohan sighting in the absence of OG Anunoby. I don't think Mike Brown is going to just shorten the bench to like an 8-man rotation now. I do think he'll try to get one other guy in there, which makes me think Diawara could also be Shamit. But Shamit is more regular. If Shamit comes to the game, maybe we'll figure something out. But the last one on here, we could do an Alvarado one. Mitch hits 4 free throws. We already have a Mitch one, so we don't have to do the free throws for Mitch. We do have Maxey for 30, Alex Jude. What's up, Alex? Spotty T, what's up, Spotty? Kolek sighting? Highly doubt we see Kolek. He's just too far too far buried in the rotation right now between Alvarado and Shamit and McBride and Brunson. I don't think we see Kolek, although it's possible. GTA 2 steals, GTA 3 steals, backcourt or goaltend. Do we not have a goaltend up here? I guess we can go goaltend. Yeah, we'll go goaltend. We normally have a goaltend on here. We're going to go goaltend. Any player 3 blocks, Robinson, Paul George, McBride, successful challenge, travel, Bridges, player fouls out, Edgecombe, Embiid, logo 3, Brunson for 30, tech foul, double-double, Maxey, shot clock violation, failed challenge, Hart 12, 5 and 5, Cat 25. Goaltend is down here. Okay, we do have a goaltend. We'll leave it with the goaltend there. Diawara, so on sighting, triple-double, 4-point play. I think we have all of the regular things. I have it written on a note here. All of the regular things we usually have there. Jump ball, we don't have a jump ball, right? We're going to put jump ball in there. All right, I don't know why I didn't have jump ball in here. That's what the last spot is going to be. It's going to be a jump ball. Alvarado 2 steals is also very fun, though. Wondering if we could replace anything with Alvarado for 2 steals here. I think we're good with that. I think we're good. Maybe a technical foul. Do we want to replace technical or 4-point play? We can replace 4-point play with Alvarado. Now, we'll leave 4-point play. We'll leave it. We'll leave it as is. I think we're good. I think we're good. How about a scuffle shot of a gun? It might be a little too negative. Too negative on the scuffle. Crazy, what's up, Crazy? Charles Austin, what's up, Charles? The bingo card, huh? How about we put cat points to defender? Cat points to defender? Like Karl Anthony Towns holding somebody a certain amount of points? I mean, we have cat points here. So I think we're good on the Karl Anthony Towns one. Coach Brown on the floor. All right, I think we're going to leave it here. We got it made, so let's go ahead and get the business. So we're going to capture this. Pull it up over here. And we are about 5 minutes away from tip-off time, so we're good. We're making time. Good thing we got that out of the way. You know, I was making it last night, and I was like, man, we don't know who's playing. We're going to have to wait until the injury reports come out. So I didn't fully finish it. Obviously, you can see I filled in most of the things we normally have. Good. 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 And that means when we come over here, we're going to fill in. Oh, let me do this. We can do this. Bingo cards. This is game 3. And that means we can fill in our new bingo card here with this. There we go. Perfect. 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 Now we're fully set up and ready to go. We can get rid of this guy right here. The Fleas with the Fleas. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you for your generosity again, my guy. You know you don't have to do all this, brother. You know I read all of the comments regardless. I appreciate your support of the community, the Fleas. My goodness. Always on point, brother. Appreciate you. He said, let's run these likes up. Like. Appreciate you, the Fleas. Thank you for that, brother. Marcus Miller. What's up, Marcus? Nadigo said, you doing both games today? Only the one game today. We'll see about tomorrow's schedule as well. So I have to wake up very early tomorrow, unfortunately. I mean, we could do the second game. We just won't have a bingo card for it. We'll stay live for a bit going into Spurs Timberwolves. We'll see how we feel. We'll stay live here. We'll feel the game out a little bit. We'll feel it out. AP, what's up, AP? I didn't know we were missing 3 players. This is a certain loss. The Knicks are not missing 3 players, AP. They're only missing OG Anunoby tonight. Everybody else is available and ready to go. Lana Monas, Jason said, all energy devoted to the Knicks. Yes, sir. Lana Monas, what's up, Lana? Like. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. AP said, all this load management and Mitch Robinson still missing time? He's playing tonight, AP. What are we talking about? What are we talking about? Mitchell Robinson is playing. J3, what's up, Jay? All right, let's get this also situated and ready to go. Nadigo said, why are my Pistons playing at 3 tomorrow? I don't mind because I can't watch it before work, but it's weird. It is very weird. Very weird. AB said they got listed Mitchell Robinson, Josh Hart, and OG out. Well, they are wrong. Wherever you're looking, AP, they are incorrect. Josh Hart is playing, Mitchell Robinson is playing, OG Anunoby is out. Chris Rowe, what's up, Chris? Ches V, what's up, Ches V? Mark said someone mentioned mistakenly in the KRT pregame and AP freaked out. Yeah, both of those guys are playing. The only guy out was OG Anunoby, who we all expected to be out, and I think we all were hoping would be out. All the reports from the beat reporters, I think Steph Bondi was on it where he was saying that I think Shams also reported it. OG Anunoby was really trying to gear up to play, and I think the Knicks organization are going to try and keep him from himself. And they are electing to sit him here tonight with the strained hamstring. You don't want him exacerbating the injury and making it worse, straining it even further, which could cause him to actually miss time and not possibly miss time. So he is going to be out. Lana Mona said, who's replacing OG? Well, nobody's really can replace OG. He's kind of a one-of-one, unless you have like Kawhi, who's like the ultra version of OG. But Deuce McBride is in the starting lineup. There is obviously the possibility we'll see guys like a Mo Diawara, maybe a Jeremy Sohan. I do suspect we'll see a lot of Landry Shamet as well here tonight. He's got to hit his threes. He does have to hit his threes. I expect Shamet to play some here tonight. He's going to have to hit his threes as well. Charles Dawson said is OG on the sidelines right now with the team wearing street clothes? I mean, it's not a long flight from New York, so I assume he's with the team. He was questionable to play. It was a game-time decision. So, yes, actually, I'm just going to go ahead out on a limb and say, yes, he will be on the bench with the team. My guy, James Cookfair, with a very generous donation as well. Appreciate you, James, with the super chat. He said, thanks for great play-by-play. Appreciate you, James. Always try my best, brother. Always try. Sons Jen said, ready for some real basketball after yesterday's floppers versus... Flailers? Floppers versus Flailers is a great name for whatever that series is over there in LA now for game 3. It's crazy though. I'll tell you this, Sons Gen, it's crazy when you watch the game and then because nobody ever feels bad for them, but you suddenly start feeling bad for the Lakers and you're like, my goodness, they can't get the benefit of the whistle against this team? Crazy when even the Lakers can't get the benefit of the whistle against the Thunder. Lana Mona said, I'd rather have Mo Diawara starting. And I think, here's the thing, Lana. I think Mo Diawara would be the starter if this were the regular season. But in the playoffs, I think Mike Brown is like, Mo Diawara hasn't been a part of the rotation. He hasn't played awesome during garbage time. So instead of throwing the young rookie out there, he's not going to pull the Joe Mazzulla. He's like, we're going to start with Deuce McBride, a guy who in this configuration, all the lineup data says is an awesome fit with the starting lineup. He is going to be in the starting lineup. And then we'll possibly see Mo Diawara get an opportunity. Maybe. Again, this is the playoffs. And unless you really showed something about the regular season, like he showed promise, but he wasn't super consistent and he wasn't awesome down the stretch of the regular season, I could see Mike Brown with the reluctance to go to the rookie. Nikki said, one of the Revs got pulled 20 from the Lakers game. It was a poorly officiated game, as OKC games tend to be. MBM, what's up, MBM? K Hazy, what's up, K Hazy? Daz, what's up, Daz? How do you feel about OG being out against 76ers team? I feel pretty solid about it. I'm not going to lie. Sit him down. Don't let him make the injury worse. Nick, Yak, what's up, Yak? Brown starting McBride probably means we're playing an 8-man rotation tonight. It could mean that as well. I don't think he'll lean that way. I think he does trust the bench. We'll see some spot minutes. Don't get me wrong. We're not going to see 15 minutes of Mo Diawara tonight, but I could see maybe like a 6 or 7 minute run here during the course of the entirety of the game. Like maybe a 3 or 4 minute run each half of Mo Diawara just to see what he's got. Again, he's come through for you in the regular season, but the playoffs are not the regular season. We know this. Joel Embiid is back, of course. So is Mitchell Robinson. So we'll see how these guys line up. Obviously, Karl Anthony Towns plagued with fouls through the first 2 games. Got to stay on the court here tonight. He has been the key factor in this series here. Him and OG Anunoby, really it. But Towns has been the number one guy they just haven't really found answers for. Marcus said, Joel Embiid is playing tonight. He is indeed playing tonight. Kerwin Nixon, what's up, Kerwin? We all know OG can guard the center position, but the one time they did it, he pulled up, and we never put OG in that position. What do you mean? OG Anunoby's guarded the center position plenty of times, and he's been really good at it. Mark said, wearing the away blues, classic. Love to see it. Love to see it. And Philly's wearing the home whites. Now this is a well planned out game right here. You'll love to see it. You'll love to see it. Philly, I give my hat off to you for wearing the home whites. New York, wearing the proper away jersey. We love to see it. Here we go. Philly wins. Oh no, the Knicks won the tip, but it goes right to Oubre, who steals the tip and he lays it up and in. Great start for Philly. Poor start for the Knicks. Here we go. Start of the game. Where is our starting lineups? All right, ESPN, can you just update it for us? There you go. Brunson has it up top, being guarded by VJ Edgecombe. Gets it over to McBride, coming to his left, spinning to his right, step back, mid-range, fall away. That's not your game, brother. That's not your game. Embiid rips down the rebound. We're bringing it down the other way, over to Maxey. Maxey shot out of a cannon, bringing it down, shoves it over to Embiid. Embiid being guarded by Towns. They quickly show triple team. They get it out to Maxey, back to Embiid. Embiid in the post. They kick it out. Paul George up top straight away. Got it to go. An incredible start for the 76ers here. The Knicks overreacting, I think, to Embiid in the post there. Let him go one-on-one for a couple of possessions there. I know you don't want Towns to pick up fouls, but McBride has it by the half-court line. Embiid denying him the ball. Bridges beats the defense out to Josh Hart. Beats Embiid off the bounce in the lane. Gets stripped. Loose ball. Great defense from Philly. Too much meandering from the Knicks. Edgecombe down the lane. Draws the foul. He's going to the foul line for two. An incredible start for Philly here. They're off and rocking. They're ready to go. Nicky said, why are we leaving PG open to double-team Joel Embiid? And I think overreacting a bit to Joel Embiid just to start the game. Let him... Maybe they're looking to take him out of a rhythm early. But Embiid has been excellent at getting the ball out quickly. Attacking double teams, did so against the Celtics. I think he's primed and ready to go for it. So we have Edgecombe at the foul line for two. He knocks down the first one. Mark said Dude's getting lost on defense a little bit. Joe said this is about to be a long night. I don't know. I think it's going to be a close competitive game. I don't think it'll be a long night. I'm not hoping for a long night, obviously. So Edgecombe knocks down both. Knicks will bring it down. 7-0 start. They get it over to Josh Hart, beating Embiid down the court. Layup. Can't get it to go. Looking for the foul. Doesn't get it. We know Josh Hart has been frustrated by not getting these foul call drives to the rim. They get it over to Paul George. Puts up the three. Off the back rim. Can't get it to go. Josh Hart with the board. He'll bring it down the other way. Josh Hart up top. Over to Towns. Towns being guarded by Paul George. We're already seeing a switch here. They put Embiid on Josh Hart, and they put Paul George on Karl-Anthony Towns to start the game. They get it over to Brunson. Come to his right after Josh Hart's screen. Brunson driving it down. Step back, baseline, pull-up jumper, has space. Can't knock down the shot. Towns with the rebound, knocked out of his hands, out of bounds. Off of Karl-Anthony Towns, ball back to Philly. Knicks meandering a bit with the ball in their hands, trying to find the avenues to attack this Philly team, but they're locked in with an excellent game plan so far. And now here comes Maxey bringing it down. He has it up top, being guarded by Bridges. Over to Embiid. Embiid being guarded by Towns. Hits Paul George. Come back door against Josh Hart. Pump fake steps through. Two-handed it's slam. They're running a little Knicks action on that one. They stole the Knicks play, and the Knicks got caught with a great pass from Embiid. Great cut from Paul George, and it's 9-0 to start. Josh Hart head down, driving to the rim, leans in. Lefty layup. Got it to go for Josh Hart. Knicks are finally on the board. Here we go. Here comes Maxey. Maxey bringing it down, 10 minutes to go. 2 minutes through the game so far. Maxey up top gets it over to Embiid, being guarded by Towns. Out by the three-point line. They try to get over to Paul George. Ball knocked loose by Josh Hart. Embiid picks it up. Embiid has it up top, driving it down. Josh Hart knocks the ball loose again. Embiid struggling with his handle. He picks it up. Now he has it in the post. Backing him down. They show a double team. They kick it out to Maxey. Extra pass. Edgecombe right corner over Brunson. Edgecombe can't get it to go. Battle for the rebound. And they save it over to McBride. Body's falling all over the place. Embiid wanted the foul. He's not going to get it. Here comes McBride bringing it down the other way. McBride gets it to Towns up top. Towns attacking to his left. Now pulling it back out. And a foul on Joel Embiid. Screaming at the official. There you go. Pick up that tech. Embiid, pick up that tech. And slaps the ball. Give him the tech. Give him the tech. Jimmy Pope said Embiid falling already. Overly aggressive here. They get it over to McBride. McBride hands it off to Brunson. Brunson up top. Coming to his right after McBride screen. Brunson out, being guarded by Maxey. In and out dribble, coming to his left. They swing it over to McBride. Extra pass to Josh Hart. Left corner three for Josh. Can't get it to go down. Maxey the rebound. Maxey will bring it down, picked up by Bridges. Maxey dancing with it. Loses the hand on the ball. Goes into the backcourt, and it's a backcourt violation. If we had that on the bingo card, it would have been right there. Backcourt violation, but we don't. Boss player, what's up, boss? Let's go, Philly. Philly off to an incredible start. Hoobie, what's up, Hoobie? Knicks in 4. I mean, only 2 points, 3 minutes into the game is not a great start for our Knicks. Willie Williams, what's up, Willie? 76ers will win. I mean, they're off to a phenomenal start so far. Knicks need an answer. Brunson gets it into McBride. McBride up top. Being guarded by Edgecombe on a switch now. Spins, gets it over to Towns as the up top, coming to his right against Embiid. Down the lane, scoop play with the right hand. Got it to go. Embiid upset. Had to let him go. Already has the one foul. Didn't want to get a second here early in this first quarter. Embiid has it up top, being guarded by Towns. Embiid coming to his right. Hands it off to Paul George. Coming to his left off the screen. Being chased by Hart. Inside to Embiid. Down the lane. Layup. Can't get it to go. No foul call. Josh Hart the rebound. Rips it away from the defense. Hit ahead to Brunson. Brunson driving it down in the lane. Takes a bump. Can't get the layup to go. But Josh Hart right there for the tip up and in. And after a 9-0 start for the 76ers, the Knicks respond with a 6-0 start. Or a 6-0 run. Embiid down the lane. Draws a foul. Karl-Anthony Towns. And it's a foul on the floor. And that's one on Towns. Embiid has one as well. Ches V said, refs letting on play. That's a nice change. It is a nice change after that game 2 we watched that was ticky-tack foul after ticky-tack foul after ticky-tack foul. For sure. I like seeing them play. There's been a couple of times they could have blown the whistle, but they didn't, which I appreciate. Let it be a physical game. That's fine. I'm fine with that. Embiid has it up top. Being guarded by Towns, they get over to Paul George. Swings through to his left on Josh Hart. Gets stripped by McBride. Picks up his own loose ball. Dribbling it back out, being guarded by Hart. Good help defense from McBride. Paul George, baseline fall-away jumper over Hart. Got it to go. Vintage PG on that shot right there. They get it into Bridges, quickly pushing the other way. Bridges coming to his left, leaves it off for Towns as the trailer. Towns being guarded by Paul George, picks up his handle. Pass fake, calling for a screener. Gets it over to Josh Hart on the right wing. Josh Hart trying to get it to Brunson. Embiid sagging off of Hart. They get over to Brunson. Brunson, jab step. Being guarded by Edgecombe. They're locked in defensively. Excellent defensive start here for Philly. Brunson driving to his right against Embiid. Takes a bump, puts up the floater, can't get it to go. Towns with the tip up and in. Brunson looking for the foul. He didn't get it. And it's 11-8 here. It's a 3-point ball game. Here comes Maxey. Throws the lob up top to Edgecombe for a two-handed slam. And Edgecombe utilizing that athleticism, beating the Knicks down the court. Beautiful pass from Maxey. It's 13-8. Josh Hart coming to his left off the Town screen. Down the lane in the paint. Tries to get it out to Bridges. Gets stolen by Maxey. Brunson, the lone defender. Maxey throws another lob. And another lob for VJ Edgecombe. Knicks got to wake up here. Are we going to get a timeout? I think we might get a timeout here. We are indeed going to get a timeout. 7:25 to go here. Knicks not coming out the way you need them to, although it is a 7-point ball game. But back-to-back lobs for the rookie. What a playoff moment. I know he's had plenty of playoff moments so far, but what a playoff moment here. That's going on his career highlight reel. Back-to-back lobs? J3 said, I don't understand. Hold on, Jay, I got you. I don't understand how they hardly call any fouls on Embiid. You build up that reputation of being a superstar. You're going to get the benefit of the doubt. Nicky said, not a good start. Not a good start. Not a good start. Sunset and Skylines. If the Hornets won the Magic game, would the Hornets win against the Pistons? Would they win in the first round? No. The Hornets would have gotten probably beaten in 4 games, honestly. Mark said Bridges need to get more involved in offense. This was one of my worries. We didn't really get to talk about it because we had to fill in the rest of the bingo cards because we didn't know we were playing. This is one of my concerns with no OG Anunoby. It means Paul George can slide down and guard Mikal Bridges, who's a much better defender than Tyrese Maxey. Tyrese Maxey now guarding Deuce McBride, I believe. So he get to play the passing lanes. And there's switches happening, of course, throughout the series, throughout the motion that the Knicks are running and coming off the screen. And there's some liberal switching from Philly so far. But Paul George can now guard Mikal Bridges, which could limit, obviously, his offensive impact. These past couple of games, he hasn't really touched the ball. To your point, Mark, yeah, he needs to be more involved. I mean, even if he's being guarded by a better defender, he needs to be more involved for sure. Raymond said, Knicks look like they're afraid to shoot the ball. I don't think they look afraid. The only guy I would say that about is Josh Hart. Josh Hart, you got to let it fly from 3, brother. Got to let that fly from 3. Yak said, working on Hart and Brunson matchups. Yep. Jason said, this is just a cat series. The man has to be efficient. Sixers have 0 answer. Yeah, for the most part, they have 0 answer. Towns with 4 points and a rebound, 2 for 2 from the field. Hart with 4 points, 4 boards. They're the only 2 players that have scored so far. Brunson's 0 for 3. I think a couple of times he was looking for a foul. He didn't get it. In terms of like driving to the rim, he got bumped and then threw up a wild shot. Not a wild shot, but he threw up a tough shot. That didn't go down. He missed the floater along the right baseline after some contact with Embiid. I think it was looking to get Embiid into foul trouble with the 2. They didn't give it to him. There was another one where he leaned into Paul George to try and create a little space and couldn't get the offhand righty layup to go. Josh Hart did fly in for the offensive rebound there. Towns also flew in for the offensive rebound after Brunson missed the floater over Embiid. Thegnon Gambo. What's up, Thegnon? Raymond said, that's why Mo's needed for GP. for Paul George, for PG? I mean, we'll see. We'll see who comes in off the bench. Joseph said Hart Jart pisses me off when he doesn't shoot the ball. Yeah, he's going to have to shoot the ball, especially if they're going to try and hide Joel Embiid on him here today, for sure. Chi said Sohan has great defensive numbers against PG-13. Get Deuce out. Looks like trash with him. Yeah, brother. The problem so far has been the defense and not the fact that they can't score. Putting a guy who has no offensive game to him will definitely help the fact that the Knicks can't score right now. Sure, brother, sure. Tyreek Smith said, it's still early, guys. We should be okay. Yeah, it's early. 7-point game. Excellent start for Philly. We'll see what kind of response the Knicks have. Nick Yak said, if anyone's coming to play George, it will be Sohan. We'll see. I could definitely see Sohan coming in, which is why we have him up here along with Diawara. We'll see who Mike Brown decides to go with. Just that said, Cat about to teach VJ how to deal consistently for 10 years. I think after 10 years in his career, we'll be looking at VJ Edgecombe like, oh, yeah, Hall of Famer. We'll see. All right, here we go. We're coming back out. Same lineups for both sides. No substitutions yet. Excellent start for the 76ers. Back-to-back lobs forcing the Knicks to call the timeout. Now let's see how they respond. McBride will bring it down against Tyrese Maxey. Has it up top. McBride coming to his right of a hard screen. They get it over to Bridges, coming to his right, shoves it over to Brunson, right corner, pump fake, swings through to his left, down the lane, scoop layup, smokes it. Jalen Brunson missing layups here. He's looking for fouls, they're not giving it to him. That time, VJ Edgecombe grabbed his arm before making the move towards the basket, and I think that threw him off. They get over to Edgecombe, they get over to Embiid. Embiid being guarded by Towns. Embiid directing traffic, has it at the foul line, extended. Pump fake, jab step, puts up the jumper over Towns. Got it to go for Joel Embiid. I'm fine with that. Let Embiid live on those mid-range shots. Obviously, he absolutely can, but I'm fine with that offense. Keep everybody else limited. Here comes Brunson bringing it down, dancing around the Town screen. Brunson up top being guarded by Edgecombe. Coming to his right for Josh Hart screen. And that's a foul on Josh Hart. Josh Hart, very upset with the foul call. The ref saying Josh Hart had his elbow out there into VJ Edgecombe. And that's what caused VJ Edgecombe's arms to come across over his head to hit Josh Hart in the back of the head. Here comes Maxey. Maxey up top. They get it over to Embiid being guarded by Towns. Embiid, Paul George down low against Brunson. Brunson flops down. They kick it out to Paul George for a three. In and out and in again for Paul George. And it's 20-8. An incredible start for Philly. And here comes McBride bringing it down the other way, coming to his left off a Brunson screen, over to Towns. Towns up top, picks up his handle, got nowhere to go, kicks it out to Josh Hart, being charged by Paul George. Towns, pump fakes from three, swings through to his left across the baseline, spins back to his right, gets it up top to McBride. McBride being guarded by Maxey, pulls it out. McBride coming to his left. Pull up three for Deuce McBride, a tough shot, in and out, can't get it to go. Towns just goes to the rim and gets the putback to go, Embiid just standing around. Karl-Anthony Towns, love to see him attack the glass like that, absolutely, especially if Embiid is not going to be looking to block you out. Edgecombe gets it over to Embiid up top. Embiid tries to get Maxey come back door, gets held by Bridges, and it's a foul. Mikal Bridges. Josh Hart, very frustrated. You can see him over on the sideline over there. They showed the replay, and when Brunson hit the floor, Oubre came in with his head, and it looked like his head or his hair made contact with Brunson's chin, and that's what caused him to fall down there. But no fouls. They're allowing these guys to play. And that's a moving screen or a foul on Paul George. It's either a foul on Paul George or a foul on Embiid. Josh Hart hit the floor. He was upset looking for the foul call. I think that is a foul on Paul George. That should be one foul on George, one foul on Embiid. That is one foul on Paul George there. Nicky said exactly, the Knicks can look such hot garbage. I don't understand the inconsistency. They were consistent for 5 games. It's the playoff, guys. It's an excellent start for Philly at home in a do-or-die game here in Game 3. You knew they were going to come out excellently. It's all about how you respond. The Knicks are not being inconsistent right now. Bridges dancing with it against Oubre. Excellent defense against him. And that's a moving screen on Karl-Anthony Towns. And that's a dumb, silly screen there from Towns. I know he didn't intentionally try to do it. It's a little bit of a flop from Oubre as well. But that's just a dumb, dumb foul from Towns, and we've seen plenty of those. If I'm Mike Brown, I'm possibly using a challenge there because Paul George has his arms all over Karl-Anthony Towns, pushing him in the way. But you're not going to use a challenge in the first quarter there. Bad position to put yourself in. Mitchell Robinson's going to come into the game. They get it over to Embiid. Embiid, between the legs pass to Maxey, being chased by Bridges. Maxey spins, coming to his left, over to Oubre. Right corner three for Kelly Oubre, can't get it to go. Robinson the rebound, gets it over to Josh Hart. Josh Hart bringing it down against Embiid, putting his head down, attacking to the rim. Layup, got it to go for Josh Hart. And now here comes Paul George up top, being guarded by Josh Hart. They get it over to Maxey. Maxey up top, being guarded by Bridges. Maxey coming to his left off the Embiid screen. They swing it over to Oubre. Oubre inside pass to Paul George. Along the baseline, on the block, pulls it back out, being guarded by Hart. Spins, step back, left corner three for Paul George. Got it to go. Paul George, what has gotten into him here today? He has been phenomenal. 4 for 6 from the field for 10 points so far for PG. Josh Hart up top, being guarded by Paul George. Josh Hart can't get it to Brunson, does hand it off to Brunson eventually, coming to his right at the Robinson screen. Brunson sets up for a right wing three, got one to go down. There you go, JB, finally on the board. Got open off the nice Robinson screen. Anything you can do, I can do better offense. Getting those 3 points right back. Embiid on the left wing. Hits Maxey, come back door. Attacking the rim. Reverse layup against Robinson. Got it to go. Robinson didn't want to be overly aggressive and pick up a silly foul here in this first quarter. I get it. But still, you gotta be there quicker. Force that kick out to Embiid out to three. He hasn't shot that well. They get over to Bridges. Right corner. He'll put up the three over Maxey. Excellent contest. It does not matter. Mikal Bridges knocks down the three right there. And it's back to 7. 18 to 25, under 4 to go here. Come on, timer, keep up. Under 4 to go now. They get over to Maxey, and a timeout for Philly. Just that's a PG 8, 5 for 7. 13 points. They upgraded it. I looked at it before they updated it. 13 points for Paul George to start the game. Excellent game for Paul George here. Season on the line for the 76ers, because we know if you go down 3-0, it is a death sentence in the NBA. No team has ever come back from being down 3-0 in a series. So you knew Philly was going to come out with their hair on fire. It's a 7-point game. You got to absorb the blows. You got to dance with them a little bit. Dance with them a little bit, right? You're in the ring right now. They're throwing haymakers. They're throwing body shots. You just got to be able to take the swings, take the punches, and then you got to be able to bounce back. Not that big of a deal. Not a great start, but it's a 7-point game. Right? With all of that, it's a 7-point game. With PG, with fire shooting out of his eyes, 13 points, it's a 7-point game. We're fine. Mark said PG will get tired. This is what he does in the first quarter. First quarter and third quarters are his best quarters because he doesn't have the legs at his age to stick around in the second or fourth quarters. Although, if there's any day to do it, today is the day, because again, if Philly goes down 3-0 in the series, it's going to be over. AB said Bridges back to his old self again. He's been there for a while, AP. He's been there for a while. This is now, his fourth game? After a pretty miserable Atlanta series. And on the offensive end, I thought defensively he was pretty phenomenal for the entirety of that series. He completely took Alexander Walker out of that series. You got to give credit to him. And he's been phenomenal in this series against Tyrese Maxey for the most part. The offense is finally coming around, though, which you definitely needed. You definitely needed the offense to come around. Nick Yak said George not worried about getting shot blocked by Hart, not rushing at all. Yeah. I mean, what you're looking at right now, you got Hart with 1, Bridges with 1, Brunson with 1, and Towns with 2 fouls. So you're definitely looking to stay out of foul trouble, especially down OG and Anunoby here. Madrasi, what's up, Madrasi? The art of weathering a storm. It's a skill. And it's a skill that the Knicks are pretty excellent at, especially to start of games. I take that back. They're not excellent at it, but they're pretty good at it. Weathering the storm. Josh Hart off to an aggressive start, 6 points, 4 boards, and a lot of complaining to the official. A lot of contact that Josh Hart's having to deal with, and he doesn't like it, and I get it. Bridges with 3 points, no rebounds, no assists. Brunson with 3 points, 1 assist. He's 1 for 5 from the field. A couple of times he was going to the basket looking for a foul. Not looking for a foul, but going to the basket, going into contact, knowing I got to lean in to create space here. He did it against Paul George, and he missed the layup, and he did it against Joel Embiid, and he missed a floater. I think both times he was hoping to draw a foul, but also was able to create enough space to have a decent look at the basket, but he missed both shots. Thankfully, the Knicks still scored on both of those possessions off offensive rebound. Shout out Karl Anthony Towns attacking that offensive glass. Mitchell Robinson now into the game here. Joel Embiid, 2 points, 3 assists for him. Again, they showed a double team early. They allowed Paul George an easy shot to start. Jason said justice would be the same as a free spot. What do you say? Cat 2 fouls in the first 5 minutes should have been a bingo spot. In this series against Joel Embiid, probably. Nick Yak said it's not Bridges that's stopping George and Cat fouling. Yeah, I mean, they're not going to, I don't think they're going to take Mikal Bridges off of Maxey, although you might be able to go to McBride on Maxey and put Bridges on Paul George. Make that adjustment. Take Josh Hart and put him on Edgecombe. Raymond said the refs are full of it with a few of those calls. A couple of them I feel like they should have blown the whistle, but I'm not going to be mad at a lack of whistles for the most part, especially in a playoff series. Embiid to the bench. They have Drummond in. They get it over to Maxey. Maxey up top. Under 4 to go. Maxey blowing past Bridges. Down the lane, swings it out to Grimes. Extra pass to Paul George up top. McBride does a great job closing the airspace. He swings through to his right, pulls it back, crosses over to his right again. Stop, turn, spin, over Paul George. He's using the height advantage, and he got it to go. Vintage Paul George right there. He can be stopped in this first quarter. My goodness. McBride all in his jersey, but all of 6'8", Paul George able to shoot over all of 6'2", Deuce McBride. They get over to McBride on the left wing. Now pulls it up top, being guarded by Maxey. McBride gets it over to Brunson, being chased by Oubre. Brunson coming to his left off the Robinson screen. Brunson down the lane, in the paint, maneuvering. Ball knocked out of his hands, loose, and he turns it over. Good hands from Philly, but Brunson meandering too much. You got to go quickly, go to that floater, go to the jump shot. Don't wait in the paint like that. I know you're waiting to see what opens up, but you got to go quickly. They slip it over to Drummond, down the baseline, over to Oubre, layup. Can't get it to go. Robinson battling on the board, knocked out of bounds. And it's going to stay here with Philly. Angela Harding, what's up, Angela? Ches V said, PG's on a mission today? Yup. Team down 2-0. AP with a, what's up, AP? Very generous of you, brother. Appreciate you as always. The ICR team missed one player. We're in trouble, like one of those delicate engines, but what could possibly go wrong, right? Hit the likes. Oh, brother, here comes negative Nancy AP. As always, in the chat. Knicks 5 straight blowout games. Didn't hear anything from AP. They get it into Oubre. Oubre up top. Dancing with it against Brunson, going into him, drop step, little floater over him, can't get it to go down. Brunson with the rebound. Good defense from Brunson. Here comes Brunson bringing it down, being picked up by Paul George. Brunson coming to his right for Robinson screen, driving it down in the lane. Pump fake, steps through, flips it up with the right hand, can't get it to go. Robinson battling on the board. Ball gets rebound, knocked over to Maxey. And it is a foul. Foul in Philly, so the ball's going to stay here with the Knicks. What is this call? Drummond picks up a foul. So Drummond picks up a foul. Shamet comes into the game. Okay, so no, now they're saying it's not a foul. This broadcast team, these referees, be transparent with what the call is. My goodness. They just call Maxey out of bounds when he touched the ball. So the ball's back to the Knicks. They get it into Robinson. Robinson up top, hands it off to Brunson. They try to hedge out hard against Brunson. They do. Brunson coming to his right, sees a double team, swings it over to Shamet. Shamet up top, attacking to his right against Paul George. He puts up the mid-range fall away. Got it to go down for Landry. Shamet making something out of nothing. 2:30 to go here. Paul George pushing it quickly the other way, picked up by Bridges. Paul George up top, crosses over to his left, coming off the Drummond screen, snaking it back to his right hand, pulling it back against Bridges. Step back mid-range pull-up. Off the back rim, can't get it to go. Clarkson the rebound, bringing it down the other way. By the way, Clarkson's back into the game here for the first time. Clarkson up top being guarded by Grimes. Swings it over to nobody. And the ball just slipped out of his hands, I guess. Swung it, literally threw it to nobody. My goodness. My goodness, JC. Scoreboard said, I'm not worried. They came out hot. We'll have our run soon enough. For sure. It's a 7-point ball game. And you got people freaking out. Guys, remember, it's a basketball game. It's going to go back and forth. Oubre down the lane in the paint, bullying his way to the basket. Can't get the layup to go, but that's because he's grabbed by Clarkson. Clarkson, not great minutes here. Not great minutes there. Mark said, PG pushing off, no whistle. It's going to be a physical basketball game. That'll throw it. AP said, short McBride guarding Paul George. What are we doing here? Well, that's not his assignment. There's these things that happen throughout a basketball game, AP, called switches, where sometimes when a player comes off a screen, the best way to guard it is by switching the matchup, because otherwise the player's going to come off the screen and get open for 3, because players are excellent three-point shooters nowadays. So oftentimes you're going to have to switch the matchup in the middle of a play. That's not necessarily what the Knicks are going to, brother. Rizzo, what's up, Rizzo? Ches V said Shaman and Clarkson are the OG replacement. There is no OG replacement. Joel Embiid comes back into the game with 2 minutes to go here. Paul George knocks down the first one. Paul George going to the bench. My goodness. The flamethrower has been removed from the court. Barlow's in the game. They're going back to Barlow. Finally. Definitely was confused as to why Barlow was out of the rotation for Philly. I mean, as a Knicks fan, I loved it, but Never understood why he was completely removed from rotation. Bridges bringing it down against Barlow. Oubre knocks down both free throws. 2 minutes to go here, or under 2 minutes to go now. Bridges up top. Gets it over to Brunson, being guarded by Edgecombe. Brunson coming to his left off a Robinson screen. Swings it over to Bridges. Left wing three from Mikal Bridges. Can't get it to go down. Fight for the loose ball rebound. And that's a loose ball foul on Joel Embiid. That's 2 for Embiid. So that's 2 for Embiid. 2 for Towns. Unless that's a foul on Oubre. I think that's a foul on Embiid, no? He was the one trying to box out Robinson. I guess we'll have to wait to see because the broadcast does a terrible job of letting us know. So we'll wait to see who they give that foul to. Brunson gets it into Bridges. Trying to attack to his left, lost the handle, picks it back up, gets it over to Robinson. Robinson up top, shoves it over to Bridges. Coming to his right at the Robinson screen, driving down against Barlow, shoots up the fall-away jumper, can't get it to go. Rebounded, Robinson had it, lost it, picks it up over to Brunson. Brunson in the left corner. Brunson spins towards the baseline, goes up, floater, got it to go for Jalen Brunson. A lot of contact in these drives, but Brunson able to finally get a finish there in the paint. And now here comes Edgecombe bringing it down the other way. 22-29 again, 7-point game. Not the worst thing in the world with Philly coming out with the hair on fire. Got to be able to manage the runs. Edgecombe up top, switched onto by Brunson. Attacking to his right, swings it over to Grimes. Pump fake, coming to his left, step back, 3. Sham a little late to close out. Grimes can't get it to go. Brunson with a box out and a rebound against Edgecombe. Look at Brunson battling down low here tonight. Brunson bringing it down the other way. Coming to his right off a Robinson screen. Driving it down, snaking it back to his left hand, across the lane, kicks it out. Shamit, left corner 3, Landry Shamit. Got it to go. Landry Shamit in the building, folks. It's a 4-point game. 29-25, under a minute to go. Philly bringing it down the other way. Dusting off Landry Shamit. Is that Mo Diawara over that scores table? Trying to tell y'all. Trying to put y'all on game. Y'all not listening. Embiid in the post against Robinson. Backing him down. Backing him down. Drop step. Hook with the right hand. Got it to go down off the front of the rim. 31-25. Here comes Brunson bringing it down the other way. Brunson up top, coming to his left off the Robinson screen. Pull-up 3 for Brunson, looking for the foul, doesn't get it. Battle for the rebound. Edgecombe able to grab it. Edgecombe pushing the other way. Edgecombe, shot out of a cannon. Scoop layup with the right hand. Can't get it to go. Bridges the rebound, hands it off to Brunson. We're pushing the other way. Brunson has it up top left wing. He's going to hold it for what should be the final shot of the quarter because there is about a second and a half difference between game clock and shot clock. So Brunson up top by the half-court line being guarded by Edgecombe. It is a 6-point ball game. Brunson sees a double team, swings it over to Bridges. Bridges attacking to his right, down the lane, steps through, layup. Got it to go for Mikal Bridges. Nice strong drive for Bridges. Finally, he's realizing it doesn't all have to be jump shots. Quentin Grimes quickly pushing the other way. Can't get the layup to go. No fouls calls. Grimes recklessly went to the rim. Way too quickly smoked the layup, and it is a 4-point game. Grimes goes down holding his right knee. I think he'll be all right, but took a nasty fall for sure. He's being helped up to his feet now. And it is 31-27. Look, for all of the heming and hawing that you guys did in the chat, it's a 4-point ball game, and Philly played excellently in that first quarter. 4-point ball game. All right? Jason said, where's all the panic now? That's what I'm saying. I get it, guys. We have forgotten to watch what a competitive basketball game looks like because the Knicks have been so dominant for the past 5 games or so, right? It's a basketball game. It's going to go back and forth. Philly's going to have their stretches where they look great, and they're going to go on a nice run and maybe take a 7, 8, 9, 10-point lead, possibly, right? That for sure can happen. The Knicks will also do the same and go on their own little run. You want it to be a close game. If anything, if it's not going to be a blowout for your team, you want it to be a close game, and you expect your team to pull it out at the end. Mark said just stay in it, Knicks. Yeah. They'll be all right. They'll be all right, guys. Chaos gets at Amazon sucks. I tend to agree, brother. I tend to agree. PK, what's up, PK? Leeway, what's up, Leeway? If Bridges gets 20, we will win. I mean, Bridges has, what, 5? 5 points from Mikal Bridges. 2 for 4 from the floor. I like that first quarter from Bridges for the most part. Could have been a little bit more aggressive offensively. He started to do it in the second half of that first quarter. Going to need them to do it a little bit more. Shamit, 5 points, 2 for 2 from the field. The Shamit game? Can we get a playoff Shamit game, please? I'm not loving the Clarkson minutes. I didn't think Clarkson was very good so far here tonight. But he's been really solid throughout this playoff run for the most part, so he's going to get the benefit of the doubt. Nate Yak said the George matchup has been a problem this quarter. Yeah, we'll see if this level of shooting keeps up for Paul George for sure. And if it does, they're going to have to look for other avenues to guard him. Might want to go to like a Mo Diawara or Jeremy Sohan for sure. Mark said a Shams game would be great. He's more than capable. We know his voice. What's up, his voice? Mark said a Shane's game would be great. Yeah. Vic P said all things considered, down by 4 is not bad. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Brunson 2 for 8. They're playing excellent defense on him. He missed a couple of makeable shots for sure, but excellent defense on him. He's got 4 assists as well in that first quarter. Walking away in the first quarter with 5 and 4 is pretty solid. Bridges, 5 points. Okay, we'll take it. Could be a little bit more aggressive the night goes on. He took 4 shots. We'll take it. Shamit giving you a nice 3 out of the corner. Made something out of nothing, knocking down a jumper. Mark said, honestly, I want Shams over Deuce at this point. I'm not mad at that. I thought McBride played excellent defense, but again, really hot start for the 76ers. As the game goes on, you're going to need both of the guys. You need all hands on deck, especially when you're missing one of your best players, one of your most impactful players, both offensively and defensively. Yeah, it's gotta be by committee. You're not replacing OG Anunoby with one player. We're not throwing Shamit in the rotation now. We're like, all right, Shamit will be able to make up majority of what Anunoby can do. It's like, nah, it's going to be a mixture of him. It's going to be a mixture of McBride. It's going to be a mixture of Clarkson. Bridges is going to have to step up his game a little bit here. Towns, Robinson going to have to do a little bit more. Josh Hart going to have to do a little bit more. And then if they go off the bench to a Sohan or Diawara, I think I saw Diawara at the scores table. We'll see when we come out of this break. It's going to be by committee. Those guys are going to have to contribute in some way. Simon Jaw, what's up, Simon Jaw? That's exactly how expected the game to start. I didn't expect Paul George to come out and be in vintage form, be in prime vintage Paul George form. But I did expect a very good start and a very energetic start from the 76ers. Again, their season is on the line. If they go down 3-0, series is effectively over, right? Obviously not really, but if they lose game 3 when the Knicks have no OG Anunoby and OG Anunoby's out, yeah. So they come out. Alvarado has it up top with Hart, Clarkson, Shamit, and Towns. Alvarado coming to his right. Gets to Towns in the post, being guarded by Barlow. Towns backing him down. Inside to Clarkson. He throws up the foul line floater, hits the front of the rim, but he gets a nice soft touch. Good decision there from Towns to give the ball up. Good quick shot from Clarkson as Embiid tried to come over for the shot block. Maxey hit ahead to Embiid, gets it over to Maxey being guarded by Shamit, taking the baseline, scoop layup for Maxey, got it to go. What a beautiful finish for Tyrese Maxey, my goodness. 33-29, start of the second quarter here. Knicks scored in their first possession. 76ers scored on their first possession. Alvarado up top, dancing around the Towns screen, coming to his right, pulls it out, swings it over to Towns. Towns up top, being guarded by Barlow. Towns swings through, draws the foul. And Towns taking a page out of Joel Embiid's book with the swing-through move, saying, get your hands off of me. There you go, Towns. There you go. Utilize it more often. AP, let's go Liberty. Liberty are starting their season, right? Started the season for the W. They get it in the Hart up top, hands it off to Alvarado. Alvarado being guarded by Edgecombe. Alvarado coming to his right of the Hart screen. Gets it over to Shamit. Shamit on the right wing. Jab step, swings through to his right. He'll take the baseline. He'll go all the way to the rim. Reverse layup. Got it to go. It's the Landry Shamit game, Mark. Mark, it's the Landry Shamit game, baby. He's got 7 off the bench. We love it. He's also looking at the ref like, where's the foul? They running all over me. Where's my foul? 33-31, 2-point game. Maxey will bring it down the other way. Maxey being guarded by Shamit. They get it over to Embiid. Embiid, off the handoff, fakes the handoff, keeps it. Embiid, foul line extended against Towns, backing him down, step through, pump fake, spins, kicks it out. Edgecombe, he'll line up the 3 over Clarkson, late to close out. Edgecombe can't get the 3 to go, rebound, knocked out of the air by Barlow. Josh Hart able to pick it up. He shot out of a cannon, pushing it the other way. Head down to the rim, attacking, pump fake, goes up, layup. Josh Hart smokes it, but a late foul call is given, and Josh Hart will go to the foul line for 2. And I love Josh Hart in full attack mode right now. I love it, Josh. Foot on the gas pedal. Mr. Nixon, playoff Landry. It's about time we have a role player game. I don't think we've had a role player game all playoffs long so far, right? We haven't had a McBride game. We haven't had a Robinson game. We haven't had a Shamit game, right? Haven't really had an Alvarado game. It's kind of been everybody's gotten in on the action as Josh Hart comes up short in the first free throw. Come on, brother, we got to knock down our free throws. Mark said we need a Shamit game. We need it. Jason said, yes, sir, Josh, do your thing. Yes, sir. I love it. Ches V said, Shaman looking like Kobe on that play. Raven said, see all these headshots by Philly? I mean, they're playing very aggressive right now. Fung Pei, what's up, Fung Pei? Sure, feed Shaman if he's hot. Yeah, play through the hot hand. Josh Hart missed the first free throw. He's got another one coming. Josh Hart, you better knock down the second free throw, brother. Better knock down the second free throw, big dog. Misses it. Misses it. Fight for the loose ball. Shamet ends up with it. All right, we got a possession back, though. Alvarado up top. Gets it over to Josh Hart, being guarded by Edgecombe. Josh Hart calling for a screen. Coming to his left. Josh Hart dancing with it. He'll put up, gets caught in the air, leaves it off Towns in the post layup. Doesn't get it off in time, but gets ran over by Embiid, and it's a shot clock violation. So 2 consecutive missed free throws and a shot clock violation by the Knicks on the same possession. That fills in the bingo card, but I don't like that it came from the Knicks, obviously. 2 consecutive missed free throws, Josh. 2 consecutive missed free throws. And is that what we're missing? Wow, we're missing 2 consecutive missed free throws on our bingo card. That's what we were missing. And it's a turnover as I was too busy paying attention to the bingo card. Hit ahead, Shamet to the rim, two-handed slam. It's the Landry-Shamet game. And we're tied at 33. After all of that, we're tied at 33. Quentin Grimes turned it over. And now here comes Philly bringing it down the other way. Maxey has it up top. 13-4 run from the Knicks. Maxey coming to his left off the Paul George screen. They get it to Paul George. He's being guarded by Shamet now. Paul George driving it down against Shamet. Pulls it back. Now coming to his left. Stops, turns, spins, lost the handle, steps through, layup, smoked it, battle for the loose ball, out of bounds off of Grimes, ball back to the Knicks. The defense, Landry Shamet doing it on both ends right now. Yes, sir, Landry. Yes, sir. Oh, Embiid attacking Karl-Anthony Towns. It wasn't a turnover. It might as well have been a turnover. He's flailing to the ground looking for a foul call. He didn't get it. Towns attacking Embiid now. Takes the bump, gets knocked out of the air. Great defense from Embiid. And they get it over to Maxey, attacking to the rim. Scoop lay with the right hand. Got it to go for Tyrese Maxey. 35-33, 9 minutes to go here. Alvarado up top, coming to his right, picked up by Edgecombe to get over to Josh Hart. Josh Hart on the right wing being guarded by Paul George. Hart coming to his right, off the town screen, all the way to the basket, gets the lefty layup to go, looking for yet another foul. He doesn't get it. And Josh Hart, again, very upset. Very upset, but Josh Hart in full attack mode. He's got 8.5 boards here tonight. Keep hooping, Josh, keep hooping. Maxey has it up top. Being guarded by Shamet, coming to his left, throws the pocket pass over to Embiid. He'll attack down the lane, scoop lay with the right hand. He smokes it. Towns the rebound. Gets it over to Josh Hart. Josh Hart, again, shot out of a cannon, picked up by Paul George. Josh Hart spins off of him. Paul George recovers, so he holds it up top, gets it over to Towns. Towns faces up, pump fakes from 3, driving to his right, head down, swings it out to Josh Hart. Josh Hart pump fakes. He'll take the lane. He'll stop. He'll pump fake. He'll spin. Kick it out. Shamet. A right wing 3, knock me down. Comes up short. Clarkson knocks the rebound out. Alvarado, a 3. Line me up. Jose Alvarado and Joel Embiid falls over Karl-Anthony Towns. What's the foul call here? What is the foul call here? Towns, the whistle was blown. Towns and Embiid. Alvarado knocked down the 3. We love it. Knicks take a 3-point lead. And it's a double foul on Towns and Embiid. No, it's not a double foul. It's just a foul on Embiid. So now it's a possible 4-point play. Karl-Anthony Towns knocked down the free throw. It's not a double foul. It's just a foul on Embiid. Again, the officials having a tough time. And we're going to get a timeout here. And Philly's going to use a challenge here. So now it's not possibly a foul on Embiid. Now we're going to get a challenge here. I mean, both of these guys are just holding on to each other, falling all over each other. Mr. Nixon said, Cat pulling his arm back in the socket. Rog D guy said, we're playing okay. Sixers came out with purpose, but still in the game. Need the bench to come up big for us tonight, and they are. Alvarado hits a 3. Shaman's got 9. Bridges, Hart, Towns scoring pretty decently here. Paul George leading the way pretty heavily here for the Sixers. Crazy said, wow, this could be a big bingo for us. I mean, it could be big for the bingo card, yeah. Yeah, I mean, Paul George already got 15, so he's 5 away from his 20. Bridges has 5. Josh Hart with 8 and 5. We have him up here for 12, 5, and 5 as we usually do. Rich Smith said Embiid's looking to hurt Towns. I mean, he's playing physical and reckless as he usually does. Joe said, I almost called you Jose Alvarado. Some said we look alike. Ruzande said Embiid's a dirty player. King Free, what's up, King Free? No backing down, yes, sir. Yankees, what's up, Yankees? Have a great stream. Have a great night, Yankees. Appreciate you, brother. Naughty Go said, a good challenge. Always call out the refs whenever they're playing. Taking forever on a questionable call. Yeah, the refs have not been great tonight. Let's be real. Refs have not been great tonight. I don't see how this could be changed to just a foul on Towns. I definitely think, if anything, this could be changed to a double foul, which I thought was what the original call was going to be. It's definitely what the broadcast said. So that's the message I also relayed to you guys. Again, the broadcast is just trying to go off of what the officials are telling them what the foul is, and they were trying to figure it out themselves, trying to decipher it. Alvarado knocked down that three, though, so that three is going to stand. Mark said, Acosta's a terrible ref. Here's the thing, Mark. We could say that every night about every ref. You know? I don't think this officiating crew is terrible. Right? I'll take this officiating crew over any Tony Brothers-led crew any day of the week. David Osh Jr., what's up, David? I love it, 1990s tough basketball. This is how players get hurt, though, especially in a high, fast-paced game the way it is today, trying to mix it with physicality the way that they are here tonight. Makes it really difficult, but it is making for some really, really entertaining basketball so far. Brightest Future, what's up, Brightest Future? Keith, what's up, Keith? Embiid's like using the chicken wing pull down. A little bit. I mean, he's leaning on Towns. Towns is trying to fend him off. That's, 310 pounds from Joel Embiid leaning on top of you. Foonpei said, are they panning to the ceiling and stuff? Dan Nation, what's up, Dan? Keith Modeste, championship mentality. I mean, it's a ugly, mucky, physical, aggressive game with fouls that aren't being called, which I kind of like and I appreciate. Yeah, I think it's getting a little overboard. They got to clean it up a little bit here. But all right, it looks like we're checking back in, see what this call is after the challenge. Oh yeah, that's a foul on Embiid. He's holding on to Towns' jersey. I mean, that's before the foul call. And then Embiid leaning into Towns there. Mark said it's a clear foul on Joel. I mean, both guys are grabbing and holding and pushing and shoving. Loose ball foul on Towns. That's his fourth foul. That is a tough call. That's a tough call. No, that's only 3 fouls. I was about to say 4 fouls is crazy. 3 fouls on Towns now. He's probably done for the remainder of the second. Probably. Even Stan Van Gundy on the broadcast is like, I don't know about that call, man. Even Van Gundy is like, what kind of call is that? That is a successful challenge, which is on the bingo card, of course. Here comes Oubre bringing it down. Oubre being guarded by Bridges. Tries to get over to Paul George and a foul on Josh Hart. Come on, refs. I told you this is probably the time they're going to look to start cleaning up some of the physicality here. Mark said, get the hell out of here. It is a bad call. That is a horrific call, especially after looking at it 1,000 times. Paul George has it up top being guarded by Hart. Coming to his right, the Embiid screen. They show two. They swing it over to Oubre. They swing it over to Grimes. Grimes attacking. Back out to Oubre. Oubre will line up a right wing three. Oubre can't get it to go. Alvarado can't snag the rebound as Grimes jumps over him. Just way bigger and more athletic. They swing it over to Grimes. Grimes with the pass fake. Keeps it over to Embiid. Pump fake from the perimeter. Now he'll put up the jumper over Robinson. He'll miss it. Rebounded by Josh Hart. Good boxing out from Alvarado and Oubre. And the Knicks get a nice defensive stop after all of that. And now Alvarado over to Robinson. Robinson up top. Being guarded by Embiid. Coming to his left. Fakes the handoff. Keeps it. Pass fake. Keeps it. Hands it off. Fakes it. And now hands it off to Alvarado. Coming to his right. Good ball denial from Philly. Grimes almost got the steal. Alvarado's got to pull it out. Shot clock running down. Coming to his left. Spinning to his right. Alvarado down the lane into the paint. Gets stripped by Grimes out of bounds. It'll stay here with the Knicks, but 2 on the shot clock. MBM said, okay, refs, we see the agenda. Brandon said, refs said, we got you, Joel. Here comes Brunson back in the game for Alvarado. 2 on the shot clock. Mr. Nixon said GTA just stole that box out. They lob it into Robinson and he throws it down over Joel Embiid. On his head, brother. Yes, sir. Too little, Joel. You're just too little. Oh, my goodness. Put it on a poster. Edge coming across the baseline up top to Embiid, down the lane against Robinson, and a blocking foul on Mitchell Robinson will send Embiid to the foul line for 2. Brunson with a beautiful lob pass right over the top of Joel Embiid. That's a foul on Embiid, by the way. But, of course, they're not going to call it. Eric C. What's up, Eric? Love the fight, Sheffy. We got this. Knicks are battling. All that hemming and hawing to start the first quarter. It's a 5-point lead for the Knicks now. Embiid at the foul line for 2. 1 foul on Robinson. Mark said, of course, no call. Of course. Of course. Embiid at the foul line for 2 free throws. Misses the first free throw. Ball don't lie. As the crowd erupts, by the way, here in Philadelphia, as Embiid misses the free throw. So Embiid at the foul line for 1 more. He missed 1. Brandon said, I'm worried for the Knicks, though, with all these fouls. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, this is why you build a deep bench. This is why you build a deep bench. Vic P said, ball don't lie. No, it does not. No, it does not. Miss another one. We love when our opponent misses free throws. He does knock down the second free throw. He is a pretty knockdown free throw shooter. It's a 4-point game, 40-36, 7 minutes to go. Brunson bringing it down against, McBride bringing it down against Maxey. They get it over to Brunson. Brunson being guarded by Edgecombe. Coming to his right off the Robinson screen. Brunson driving it down in the lane, leans, steps through, draws the foul. He's going to the foul line for 2 free throws. Black Slim Jim, what's up, Slim Jim? Listen to the crowd. I guess we got our tickets. Yes, indeed they did, brother. Yes, indeed they did. The crowd is definitely heavily pro Knicks here tonight. You'll love to see it. Yankees said, do you think the Knicks are going to trade Karl Anthony Towns? I do not. Ches V said, bring back Shamet. I do think we'll see Shamet again before the end of the quarter. Brunson, first free throws here tonight. Knocks down the first one. He's got another one coming. Knock down your free throws, JB. Brandon said, at least when the Knicks are good, they ain't like the Cowboys fans. Sure. I don't think there's anybody like the Cowboys fans. Sons Jen said, if you put a chalk outline everywhere Embiid fell down, you wouldn't be able to see the court anymore. Very true. Very true. Embiid spends half the time on the court, laying on the court. Brunson misses the second free throw. Can you not miss free throws tonight, Knicks? That's 3 missed free throws now. Edgecombe hands it off to Paul George, hands it off to Maxey. Maxey up top. Embiid is now out of the game. Coming to his left, sees a double team from Robinson. Step back, mid-range, fall away over McBride. Got it to go. That's just a tough shot. McBride all in his jersey. Did not matter. Maxey got it to go down. It's back to a 3-point game. Here come the Knicks bringing it down. Brunson up top, dancing around a Robinson screen. Coming to his left, driving it down in the lane. Goes under the rim, kicks it out to Bridges. Bridges up top to McBride. Catches, pump fake, swings through to his right. Back over to Bridges. He'll take the lane. Bridges swings through, kicks it out to Josh Hart. He'll swing through to his right, get it back to Bridges. Being chased by Oubre. Knocked out of bounds by Oubre. It's going to stay here with the Knicks. Chi said, all we need is contributions from Shamet, Deuce, and Clarkson to equal OG's points. Yeah, all hands on deck. You're going to need a little bit more from Bridges. You're going to need a little bit more from Brunson, a little bit more from Tal. Everybody. All hands on deck when you're missing one of your best players. McBride, got to get it in, gets it into Brunson. Brunson, up top, jab step, coming to his left. Got to put up the 3 with the shot clock running down. He got it to go because that's Jalen Brunson. That's the captain right there. Bodies hanging all over him. It doesn't matter. I'm rising up and I'm knocking it down. 6-point lead for the Knicks. Maxey bringing it down, coming to his right, sees a double team, gets it over to Oubre. Oubre catches it at the foul line, puts up the floater, gets swatted out of there. Bridges diving for it, can't grab it. Paul George picks it up. Paul George over to Oubre. Oubre on the left wing, pump fakes, driving it down to his right, bump, fall away over Robinson, comes up short, throws up an air ball. Mitchell Robinson locking up the paint. Josh Hart bringing it down. Josh Hart struggling with his hand, who gets it over to Brunson. Brunson up top, coming to his right, off the screen. Brunson a pull-up 3 over Drummond, can't get it to go. Long rebound. Maxey grabs it. They're off and running. Maxey, Bridges hustling down over to Oubre in the lane, swings it out. Drummond, left corner 3, Andre Drummond, he throws up an air ball. Oubre, the offensive rebound, pump fake goes up, layup, can't get it to go, but a foul is called. He's going to the foul line for 2. My goodness. My goodness. Brunson sees Andre Drummond in the game, and he sees food right now. He is attacking. Jay Gardner, what's up, Jay Gardner? Yankees said, do you think OG and OB should play? I don't know about the OB part. I don't know who OB is. We're talking about Toppin. He ain't in the playoffs, brother. OG, sit out until he's fully healed. Mark said Mitch is hooping. He's hooping out there, for sure. for sure. Oubre knocks down the first free throw. He's got another one coming. Knicks have 3 missed free throws here. Got to knock down your free throws, Knicks. Got to knock down your free throws. John Mazzola, what's up, John? Appreciate you, brother. Robert Klink, what's up, Rob? Did the Knicks playing great defense? The Knicks are playing pretty good defense here. Oubre knocks down both free throws. 76ers are knocking down their free throws, Knicks. Can you knock down yours, please? McBride will bring it down against Maxey. McBride has it up top. Gets it over to Brunson. Brunson being guarded by Edgecombe. Brunson coming to his right, swings it over to Josh Hart. Josh Hart being guarded by Paul George, coming to his left, and a foul on Paul George on the drive. Josh Hart getting whacked in the head a lot tonight, man. Keep your hands to yourself, Philly. Keep your hands to yourself. Jersey, that's at 14 fouls against the Knicks. Both teams in the bonus here. So is Josh Hart going to the foul line for 2? Yeah, I think he is, right? Josh Hart missed 2 previous free throws. Please knock down your free throws, Josh. The coaches, Rick Brunson and Mike Brown, were discussing about possibly putting in Ariel Hukporti there. And they decided not to. Josh Hart not going to the foul line. Any occurring foul now to the end of the quarter will send him to the foul line. Brunson, one-on-one, isolated, high post against Edgecombe. Stop, leans in, step back, spins. Got nowhere to go. Great defense from Edgecombe. Brunson loses the handle, picks it up, pump fake, draws the foul before the violation. The refs are going to view to see if the foul came before the shot clock buzzer sounded. It definitely did. Brunson should be going to the foul line for 2 free throws. That was excellent defense from Edgecombe just up until Brunson hit him with that last pump fake and got him in the air. Ches V said, I want to see some Huck. We might see some Huck with the foul calls here. This is a foul. More time for the officials to go to the shot clock. It is a foul, man. It is a foul. That will be Edgecombe's second foul. That will be Edgecombe's second foul here tonight. Mark said the whistle happened before the buzzer. The foul happened before the buzzer. The whistle happened before the buzzer. And it is 2 free throws for Jalen Brunson, as confirmed by the official. George Jones said, can we play ball? That's what I'm asking, George Jones. Can we stop going to the monitors? My goodness. Make a call, officials. Be confident in your call here. Chi-Chi said, JB has to get McHale involved. McHale needs to get McHale involved, brother. Brunson went 9 and 5, and we talking about Brunson needing to get people involved. No, McHale needs to be involved. He needs to go get the ball. He needs to say, McBride, I got it. You don't got to bring the ball down. I'll bring the ball down. He's not doing that. It ain't Brunson's job to force feed the ball to these people. These are professional grown men basketball players. McHale wants to be involved in the offense. Go get the ball. Ball's been in the hands of Josh Hart and McBride more than it has in Mikal Bridges. That ain't a Brunson thing. That's a Mikal Bridges thing. Go get the ball if you want to be involved in the offense more. Brunson knocks down both free throws. Finally, we get 2 consecutive made free throws. 5 to go in this second quarter. Knicks holding on to a 6-point lead here. Edgecombe gets it over to Oubre. Oubre gets it over to Maxey. Maxey gets it over to Paul George. Paul George being guarded by Bridges. They switch the matchups. Coming to his left against Bona, and Paul George jumps into the air and throws it away. Bridges picks it off. He's coming down the lane. Euros. Scoop layup with the right hand. Got it to go. And the foul against Adem Bona. There you go, Mikal Bridges. See what I'm talking about, Chi-Chi? Go get the ball. Go make a play. Mikal Bridges going to the foul line for 1 more. It's an 8-point lead for the Knicks now. George Jones said, there he goes. Yeah. Why are we acting like Mikal Bridges is some bum standing in the corner and Brunson got to find a way to get him the ball? No, Mikal Bridges, go get the ball. You can handle. You can manipulate. And he knocks down his free throw. We love to see it. 49-40. 4:40 to go here in the second. Knicks with a 9-point lead. Landry Shamet comes in for McBride. There you go. I told you we'd see it. I know you guys wanted it. I wanted it too. Oubre to the rim. Gets the scoop layup to go against Brunson. Brunson, you just got to stand your feet on the ground. Take that charge, brother. We know you can do it. 49-42, 7-point lead for the Knicks. Brunson bringing it down. Coming to his left, crossing over off the Robinson screen. Pump fakes, gets it over to Robinson, hands it back off to Brunson. Coming to his right. Brunson down the lane, pass fake, swings it out. Bridges, left corner 3. You feeling it? Oh, he's feeling it. It's a Mikal Bridges night. Stepping up here in this second quarter. Knicks with a 10-point lead. Paul George spins off a Shamit, puts up the mid-range jumper over him. Can't get it to go. Robinson battling on the board against Bona, knocks it over to Bridges. Mikal Bridges, hoop on him. He's bringing it down against Paul George, putting his head down, attacking, stops, fall away. Midi throws up the air ball. Robinson with the rebound, gets knocked out to Shamit, gets it over to Hart. Hart up top, trying to attack to his right, picked up by Oubre, spinning to his left, swings it out to Brunson. Brunson, pump fake, jab step, spins. Brunson driving to his left against Oubre, against Edgecombe, leans in, knocks down the floater. Knicks with a 12-point lead. And a timeout for Philly. All that talk about how Philly got off to the hot start. You guys are, the Knicks are so inconsistent. I'm trying to tell y'all, can we watch the basketball game or what? Can we watch a basketball game or what? Let my guys get into the game. Here we go. That's what I'm talking about, Mark. Yes, sir. Yeah, we want more. Give us more. Foot on the gas pedal. You take a commanding 3-0 series lead. Mr. Nixon said, Brown told Bridges pregame, bro, don't stand in the corner tonight. I want playoff intensity. I mean, he's been bringing it for the past 3 games. Since Game 6 against Atlanta. He's been bringing it. He has been bringing it. And first of all, he's been bringing it defensively all playoffs long. He's been bringing it defensively offensively the past 3 games. He's hooping here tonight. He's got 11. We might have to increase those Bridges for 15 points. Now, we're going to keep it a Bridges 15. It's just a Bridges night. Josh Hart, by the way, with 8 and 7 already here in the first half. Bridges with 11. Brunson with 13. Robinson's out there hooping 2 points and 3 rebounds. Shamit with 9 and 2. You're getting contributions all around. No OG Anunoby, no problem. 12-point lead for the Knicks after an Infuego hot start. I told you I'm not too worried about it. 6 for 11 from the field from Paul George. He's starting to slow down. CEO King, what's up, CEO King? Townsend foul trouble again. He's bad for business? Oh, brother, here we go. Everybody playing against Joel Embiid is going to get in foul trouble. It's exacerbated against Karl-Anthony Towns because we know he can get into foul trouble pretty easily. But he has not been in foul trouble. We haven't really talked about Karl-Anthony Towns being in foul trouble post-All-Star break. This is a Joel Embiid matchup problem, not a Karl-Anthony Towns problem right now. Hernan Buezo, what's up, Hernan? Knicks forever. Yes, sir. Robert Klink said Bridges got to attack the basket. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. This is not the Mikal Bridges we saw in the regular season. This is playoff Mikal Bridges. He's ready to go. Regular season, I'm going to settle for these jump shots because I want to make sure I play all 82. I want to make sure I'm out there every single night. Playoffs, I'm getting to the rim. I'm getting these layups to go down. Victor Marquez said, nobody will ever give Knicks credit. All the haters will always hate or Knicks cheated. 12-point lead for the Knicks, 54-42. We love to see it. Corvus, what's up, Corvus? Embiid flops like a whale. He is flip-flopping out there. Flopping like a fish. Raymond said, I just hope Oubre doesn't knock someone out with his head bumps. Yeah, he is throwing his weight around out there. He is throwing his weight around out there a lot. He's got 8 points, 2 for 8 from the field. Obviously, he's going to do that when being guarded by Brunson. But I'm fine with that. Again, 8 points on 8 shot attempts, I'm mostly fine with that. Skonberg said, lifting weights to hit to this avalanche, I could go another 30 minutes. Yes, sir, Skonberg. Yes, sir. Keep it going, brother. Keep it going. Michael Brown. What's up, Michael Brown? Let Mikal Bridges cook. He's cooking. He's in the kitchen cooking. My guy, the Fleas. Yes, sir. We outside, Chevy. Yes, sir. The Fleas. Yes, sir, brother. Appreciate you for your generosity. So many times here tonight. Thank you, brother. Gigi said, Embiid is a dirty player. He tried to land on Katrick's wrist. I don't think he tried to land on Karl-Anthony Towns' wrist, but I definitely don't think he cared if he landed on it or not. End of days. What's up, end of days? If the Knicks can get this lead to 20 points, definitely. We got 3:37 to go here in the second. You got to lock in the remainder of this quarter for sure, and then you got to lock in for the second half. You know Paul George is going to come out firing to start that third quarter after getting the halftime rest. He usually plays well in the first quarter and plays well in the third quarter. Doesn't really show up for the second or the fourth usually. Infinite content. What's up, Infinite? Why is it that the NBA is not putting games on local channels? Well, they never really have done that for the second rounds, but they took it away from the first round, which usually was aired on the local channels. But it's because it's the playoffs, and they sell the playoff games over to the national channel. So ESPN, ABC, now Amazon, all the streamers now get games. So Edgecombe has it up top. Here we go. We're into it. They go over to Maxey. Shamit knocking the ball loose. Dives, saves it. Tries to get it over to Josh Hart, gets knocked out of bounds by Shamit. You gotta love the effort from Shamit, man. You gotta love the effort from Shamit. And if it's a Shamit night, Shamit gotta play more than McBride tonight. I don't care. Shamit, excellent. Excellent tonight so far. Not good, not great. Excellent night from Landry Shamit. All hands on deck. If it's a Shaman night, it's a Shaman night. You lean in the Shaman. Maxey has it up top. They did say Shaman had possession, so they give him a fresh 24. Embiid up top, and it's a foul on Mikal Bridges running through the Oubre screen. James Wynn, what's up, James? George got to shoot more. I mean, he's taking 11 shots. He's taking the most shots of anybody in the team, brother. He's shooting. And they're in the bonus, so that's 2 free throws for Oubre. Hate that. Hate to see that. Hot dog Hanzo with the hot dog. Oubre does knock down the first free throw. He's got another one coming. My dog Hanzo. Sixers have just one really good player in Maxey. VJ's a rook. Embiid is washed. PG washed. Oubre mediocre. And Bona? Drummond? They don't have much of a bench. Grimes, nowhere to be found in this series. Oubre knocks down both free throws. He's 4 for 4 from the foul line. Only our Knicks could respond by also knocking down their free throws consistently tonight. Please do so, Knicks. Brunson bringing it down. It looks like Philly's in a zone. A 2-3 zone here. They get it over to Bridges down the lane. Throws a lob up top. Robinson can't get the dunk to go down. Battle for the loose ball. Oubre picks it up. Where's my foul? And Joel Embiid trying to undercut Robinson on the lob attempt. Paul George bringing it down. Pass fake. Gets it over to Edgecombe. Down low to Embiid in the post. And a foul. Mitchell Robinson knocking the ball loose. Embiid again flopping to the floor. And that's 2 free throws for Embiid. Come on, Big Mitch. You got to know better. Can't poke at that ball there. They're going to give him the call. You know he's going to flop to the floor, and you know they're going to give him that call. Ches V said VJ's going to be great. Oh, he's going to be incredible throughout his career. Not good, not great, incredible. Definitely has the potential for a Hall of Fame career, for sure. Marlon, what's up, Marlon? Orange and blue skies? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And just that said, Knicks bench 16-0 for the Philly bench. As Embiid knocks down the first free throw, he's got another one coming. Jay Chang said, Philadelphia challenge, Joel Embiid foul on Cat. The challenge was successful. The challenge was successful. We will update the board in a second. We also have a shot clock violation. We also had 2 consecutive missed free throws, but we don't have that on the bingo card here today. That's the one we forgot. I knew we forgot something. Embiid misses the second free throw. We love when our opponents miss free throws. It's a 9-point lead for New York. We're under 3 to go. Brunson will bring it down. Philly's in their zone. Brunson coming to his right, off the screen from Robinson, pulling it back, coming to his left. Now it looks like they're bagging the man. They hand it off to Bridges, coming to his right, kicks it out to Josh Hart, attacking to his left. Josh Hart step back, pump fake, spins, got nowhere to go, kicks it back out to Brunson. Shot clock down to 5, got to make something happen. Coming to his right of the screen, Maxey switches onto him. Brunson double crossover, coming to his right, driving it down inside Bridges layup. What a pass, what a cut from Bridges. Perpetual motion for the Knicks, not stopping and watching Jalen Brunson operate there. He beat his defender, but Bridges continued to cut, and he had a nice drop-off pass for an easy layup for Bridges. Embiid has it up top, cross-court pass, Oubre in the corner, being guarded by Brunson. They get it back to Embiid, high post, being guarded by Robinson. Embiid facing up, jab step jumper. Got it to go for Joel Embiid. I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. Obviously, Embiid can spend all night knocking that down for sure, but I'm fine with that. Brunson bringing it down against Edgecombe. Brunson gets it over to Bridges, swings it over to Shamit. Shamit gets it back to Bridges. Bridges up top, being guarded by Paul George. Coming to his right, off the Robinson screen. Putting his head down, attacking, step back, fall away. Midi, Mikal comes up short, can't get the friendly bounce. Rebounded by Oubre. Here comes Maxey. Under 2 to go. Maxey on the right wing, being guarded by Shamit. Coming to his left, off the Embiid screen. They swing it over to nobody, and that's a turnover from Tyrese Maxey. Knicks get a defensive stop there. Unforced turnover, but we'll take it. Brunson with a beautiful crossover of Maxey. He had him going one way, but actually going the other way. Mike said, we're going to get one in Philly? You have to. Can't go back to the guard and tie 2-2. We don't want to see that. Josh Hart gets it over to Brunson. Brunson being guarded by Edgecombe. Brunson driving to his right, gets it over to Hart. Hart coming to his left, swings it out to Shamit. A bad pass, but Shamit able to save it back to Hart. Gets it over to Bridges, coming to his left, step back, pump fake, step through, gets tripped up and fouled. Gets fouled. So Bridges will go to the foul line for 2 free throws. Excellent aggression from Mikal Bridges trying to step through there off the pump fake. Excellent aggression from Mikal Bridges here. You got to be that release valve, Mikal. You got to be that release valve. Mindset Johnson, my man Sheffy. Here we go again. Another win for the Knicks. On their way. Got a lot of time left here in this game. Knicks got to take this double-digit lead for sure into the halftime break. Raymond said, Hart, shoot the ball, my guy. Yeah, I know. Not shooting any perimeter jump shots here. I love the aggression from Hart. As Bridges knocked down the first free throw, he's got another one coming. I love the aggression from Josh Hart in terms of attacking the basket. He's been fantastic at that. But, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Judge that said, Jose's going to be a coach when he retires, guaranteed. He might be, yeah. He's consistently up on his feet talking all game long. He definitely has the appearance of possibly being a coach. I agree. Corey Skeet said, need the aggression to continue in the back half, please. Yeah, got a lot of game left. We're almost to the halfway point. Got an entire other half to play. We got to end this half strong. Bridges knocks down both free throws, giving the Knicks the 11-point lead again. Paul George to the bench. I think that's his third foul. Might be why. Maxey bringing it down. Gets it over to Embiid, being guarded by Robinson. And an offensive foul on Joel Embiid. Thank goodness. I was about to say, don't call the foul on Shamet there. Absolute offensive foul on Embiid. That's his second. Oh, no, that's his third. Yeah, he's leaning into Shamet after faking the handoff. He's leaning into Shamet here. Thank goodness. Finally. Mark said he's blatant. So obvious. Thank goodness the ref didn't get tricked with that. Ariel Hukporty's in the game, trying to save Robinson a couple of minutes here. Not a bad move from Mike Brown. Let's see if it plays off. Bridges dancing around Hukporty, screen coming to his right, has it in mid-range, pump fake, kicks it over to Josh Hart. He'll line up a three. Finally, Josh Hart, too strong, can't get it to go. Bridges, Oubre battling for the rebound. Hukporty picks it up, shoves it over to Hart. Hart, pump fake, spins, kicks it out to Brunson. Brunson, pump fakes, jab step, 8 on the clock. Brunson pulls it out inside. Bridges, little follow-away jumper in the paint. Too strong, can't get it to go. Josh Hart, huge offensive rebound. Back out to Bridges. Another three. Too strong, can't get it to go. And B finally secures the rebound. And now here comes Joel. I love the aggression from the Knicks, though. You got to knock down some of those shots. Josh Hart, Bridges had a couple of open jump shots there. Maxey down the lane floater. Can't get the friendly bounce, but tipped up and in by either Oubre or Embiid. Either one of them tipped it up and in. Hukporty, you got to get down in there and get your hand in there, brother. You got to try to knock that ball loose. Can't give him an easy tip in like that. Here comes Bridges bringing it down. He has it up top. A lot of Mikal Bridges to end the first half. I love it. I love it. They get over to Brunson. Brunson being guarded by Edgecombe. Brunson coming to his right of a Hukporty screen. Brunson driving it down in the lane. Stop. Turns. Spinning to his left. Has it in the post. Pulling it back out. Dancing with it. Brunson. Driving to his right now. Beats Edgecombe in the lane. Throws up a wild flip shot and he rattles it in. Because that's what Jalen Brunson does. Handling almost 15 seconds of the clock off there, and he finally beat Edgecombe off the bounce, got to the rim and knocked down a floater. Edgecombe, pass fake, driving it down against Hukporty in the lane, kicks it out. Oubre at the buzzer! Can't get it to go! He does get it to go off the friendly bounce. And we'll go into halftime up by 8. Wanted that double-digit lead, but 8-point lead we'll take, I guess. We will take the 8-point lead. Robert Kalink said, state of course, Phillies don't play defense. They're trying. I mean, they got tough, competitive defenders. They're trying. OG Roo, what's up, OG Roo? Better be tuned in. Absolutely, brother. Absolutely. James said 8-point is an easy win. Nothing's ever easy in the playoffs. Nothing's ever easy in the playoffs. Corvus said 60 points in the first half is great. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. 60 points in the first half is pretty dang good. Absolutely. Ches V said that was a fun half. It was. And we didn't have Karl Anthony Towns for the final 8 minutes of the quarter, man. Freeway Hustler said that was a 2. Had his toe on the line. Okay. We will wait to see what the official ruling is. But for now, we'll keep it at 60-52. They'll probably change it when we come back from the halftime break. But we'll see. We'll see. Gigi said, dang, Bridges is here vouching for you and you couldn't get a bucket. Mikal Bridges ends. Oh, he's out of the. Oh no, he's got 15 points at halftime along with Jalen Brunson. So you got 30 points from your backcourt there. Excellent. You're holding Tyrese Maxey at 8. He is 4 for 5, but usually when Joel Embiid plays, he takes a bit of a backseat to Embiid. I will say, Kelly Oubre and Paul George take a majority of their shots between the two of them. They have 21 shot attempts. Let's take a look at the full box score here. Let's take a look at the full box score. Karl Anthony Towns only played 10 minutes, and the Knicks are up by 8. Good sign. I wanted to look at Philly first. Here at the halftime break, Paul George with 11 shot attempts, Kelly Oubre with 10 shot attempts. Your 2 leading field goal attempts here for Philadelphia. Paul George 1, Kelly Oubre right behind him at 2. 11 for George, 10 for Oubre. That's 21 shot attempts between the two of them. You love to see that. Funneling the ball to those 2 players as the game goes on is better than having the ball in the hands of Embiid and Maxey, and probably even a little bit of Edgecombe as well. Edgecombe 0 for 2 from 3 tonight, 2 for 5 from the field. The only 2 shots he made were those back-to-back lobs in the first quarter. After that, went silent. Didn't hear from him. He's actually a -10 here tonight. Andre Drummond in his 4 minutes was pretty rough. This is why you don't pay attention to the plus-minus score. He was pretty rough when he was out there, and yet he's going to probably end the night at a +3. We'll probably see Bona and Barlow the rest of the night. Barlow got out there. He didn't fare him that much better. Quinn Grimes out there. He's been pretty awful throughout this entire series. Got nothing going on. 0 for 2 from the field. Missed his 1 3-point attempt. He does have 2 rebounds and an assist, but he hasn't even really been felt offensively either, or defensively, which he's supposed to be a two-way player off the bench, and he hasn't really been felt at all. Mike said, keep it moving, keep it up. Absolutely. Chi said he was doing good when he started talking those falling fadeaway shots. I hate when he takes those. Absolutely necessary for him to take those. He just can't rely on them the way he relied on them in the regular season, and he hasn't. He's done a good job getting to the foul line today. He's already, I'm sure, having a season high in free throw attempts. He's got 3. That's got to be a season high in free throw attempts, right? Josh Hart, by the way, 8 and 9. Let's not underestimate the impact that Josh Hart's had. He does have 3 turnovers. He's been a little chaotic. He's 0 for 2 from 3. You got to knock down some jump shots, Josh Hart, please, per favor. I'd appreciate it. Deuce McBride, not a great night. 0 points in his 12 minutes. Landry Shamo's fantastic. He also played 12 minutes, split the time with Deuce McBride out there in that first half, and he's got 9 points. He was pretty fantastic in that first half. Probably going to want to see a lot more of Landry Shamet. Clarkson out there for 7 minutes. He was pretty impactful. 3 boards, 2 assists, along with the 2 points for Jordan Clarkson. He started the first couple of possessions, not great, but he got it going as the game went on during his 7-minute stretch there. Mitchell Robinson, I also thought was pretty fantastic. Mitchell Robinson, 2 points, 4 boards, a block, an offensive rebound. He's been cleaning up down there in the paint. Huge defensive possessions continuously down there. Jose Alvarado in his 5 minutes, 3 points for him. But you wanted to get Jalen Brunson out there as quickly as possible because the offense continued to meander. Knocked down that 3 on a broken play where they got an offensive rebound and a kick out to him. That was the infamous, now I should say, challenge from Nick Nurse where they ruled that it ended up being a Karl Anthony Towns foul, which it wasn't. Well, it was a double foul. They were both just grabbing and holding onto each other. Absolutely a double foul, which they just gave it Karl Anthony Towns, which is terrible officiating. James Wynn said, Duran versus Mitchell next series? Yeah, I don't know about that one, man. Bernard Johnson said, good evening, everyone. Chevy, how you doing? I'm doing good. Bernard, how you doing, brother? Corey Skeet said, should I cash out on my Knicks buy-in at +3.5? That's up to you, brother. That's your money. Bruce Fowler said, iTest says, the Knicks are the best remaining team in the East. Fear the Hawks. Fear the Sixers. Fear the Pistons. We don't fear anyone. Enjoy your team, Knicks fans. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Jason said Towns in foul trouble. Towns in foul trouble. He's got the 3 fouls. He's got 2 offensive rebounds, 6 points, 3 boards, and an assist for Karl Anthony Towns. He's going to have to stay out of foul trouble in the second half. This is a Joel Embiid thing more than it is a Karl Anthony Towns thing in my eyes. Obviously, we know Karl Anthony Towns throughout his career struggled with foul trouble, and he struggled with foul trouble this season. But he didn't really struggle with foul trouble post-All-Star break. Last 20 games or so of the regular season, I can't remember a time where I talked about Karl Anthony Towns being in foul trouble. He wasn't in foul trouble throughout the Atlanta Hawks series. But against this Philly team, man, yeah, foul trouble. I think it's mostly a Joel Embiid thing, but can't really say that when in Game 2 he was also in foul trouble. Bernard Johnson said, that's right, Chevy, the Knicks fear no team. Fear no team. Isaiah Garner, what's up, Isaiah Garner? Embiid looks like he was crying when he got dunked on by Mitch. I think that's just what his face looks like. Perpetually looking like that. James said, Cat good for 3 dumb fouls a game? Usually. As far as Philly's bench, we talked about it really quickly. They got 0 points. We can look at the team stats as well and go through it. 0 points off the bench for Philly. Consistently a problem for them. They managed 52 points all by their starting 5. Oubre with 15, Paul George with 15. So the Wings getting it done here for Philadelphia. Again, I'm fine with that. I'm fine if your offense is going to be run by Paul George and Kelly Oubre. The Knicks should be able to overcome that. Embiid with 8, Maxey with 8. I will live with the 3 made shots that Embiid made tonight have been all on jump shots. I'm fine with that. He's 2 for 4 from the foul line as well. I will live with Embiid shooting jump shots. Obviously, he can knock them down at a high level, but I'm fine living off of that defensively, just getting a hand up and making it tough. Mark said the Mitch poster is legendary. Absolutely. That's a clean poster right there. John Corley said, if we see the Thunder, we did something right. If you see any West team at this point, you did something right. You made it to the finals. Bernard Johnson, how many fouls on Cat? He has 3 fouls. Jason said, Philly has no bench. The unit is more useless than a Thibodeau bench. I mean, look, man, the one guy you could probably think that you could rely on for Philly is Quinn Grimes. And, you know, he played the most minutes off the bench. He played 10, 0 for 2 from the field, 0 for 1 from 3, 2 boards, an assist, and was just barely felt out there in the 10 minutes. Just not a great 10 minutes at all. Rose said very physical game, Rose, absolutely. Drizzo, what's up, Drizzo? Was about to drop 15 and a half. I'm looking at the rest of their bench. I don't know who they could go to. Justin Edwards, they're just not trusting anymore in this series. Trendon Watford, I guess, is the next guy off the bench they could try and trust. Jabari Walker, then after that. And then you're just kind of like, you know, at least those guys played some regular season minutes. But, man, they just run out of options very quickly. They had Bone out there for a 2-minute stretch, and he picked up a foul. He's a -8 in 2 minutes. Oh, my goodness, a Dem Bone, a -8 in those 2 minutes. Yeah, they got him out of there quickly. Rog D guy said, you're crushing it, my guy. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you. Thank you for that, big dog. Just so Cat was about to drop 15, you mean? In the first half? Possibly, but, you know, you got to stay on the court, man. It's tough. It is tough. Stashed Cash. What's up, Stashed Cash? They made it this far, and we have no fear. I'm just glad they're healthy. For the most part. No OG Anunoby tonight with a strained hamstring. It's a tweak, they said. It's a tweak. He was really fighting hard to play here tonight, and they ultimately decided not to, which I think is the correct decision. Nick Jackson, a beat on the ground, and Robinson at Robinson's feet after the poster is priceless. Put it in a poster, man. Put it on a poster. We don't really have posters like that anymore. Not that we don't have people getting posterized anymore. We don't really print out posters anymore is what I mean. Everything is on social media. Everything becomes a meme. We could take a look at our bingo card after this, but I do want to talk about the team stats. Let's go through it. So the Knicks holding on to an 8-point lead. They're slightly winning the possession battle, which is a pretty good sign. 45 attempts to 41 attempts. They're slightly winning the 3-point battle, 6 for 14 compared to 4 for 11. You without OG Anunoby, they're knocking down some threes here tonight. Got to continue that. Free throw battle, slightly leaning towards the 76ers. 12 attempts to the Knicks, 9 attempts. But the Knicks have missed 3. Philly's only missed 2. Knicks, knock down your free throws, please. James said, do you ever talk about Spurs-Wolves? Sure, we can talk about Spurs-Wolves, brother. Throw the question in the chat. I'll answer it. Rebounds tonight. Knicks dominating the boards, up by 9 on the rebounding battle, 25-16. They've grabbed 4 more offensive rebounds than Philly. You love to see that. Assists. Knicks dominating that as well, 13-9, wherever that is, up here. 13-9 on the assist battle. Steals, 2-3, 3-2 on blocks. So stocks are equal. Turnovers, 8-6. Knicks actually leading the turnover. Only 2, slight lead for Philly there. Points conceded off of turnovers, 11 for the Knicks, 7 for Philly. So if they can clean up the turnovers a little bit here, I think they'll be fine. A lot of those came in that first quarter where Philly came out with their hair on fire. They were playing fantastically. AMZ Design with the BAMZ. Next season, Knicks need a new center. I'm pretty good with the ones we got, brother. Pretty good with the ones we got. They're pretty dang good. Both of them are pretty dang good. I want that center rotation for the remainder of this run here. Points in the paint. Knicks dominated that 36-24. You love to see it. Continuously dominating the paint, continuously dominating the rebounding battle. Fouls, 12-12, so that's even. Largest lead, 12 by Philly, 12 by the Knicks. 60% of the game was led by Philly. They led majority of the first quarter, and for first couple of minutes of that third quarter, and then the Knicks came back, tied it up. It was back and forth for a bit, and then ultimately the Knicks took the lead. They hold an 8-point lead now. The Knicks have only led for 35% of this game, but it's mostly been back and forth. We call that about 60-40, so it's pretty close. No team really playing from behind for majority of the night, although the Knicks played from behind majority of this first quarter. Philly playing behind about half of the second quarter there. Robert Kling said, too many power calls. Let him play. Talking about Towns? Sure. Mark Scholastic Book Fairs? The poster printed? Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I don't even know if they have those anymore. I hope they do. I hope they do. That was always a good time. John Corley said, don't ever let Precious come back. I'm good on Precious. I mean, Precious over Huck Porty as a third-string center. Could go either way on that. Yeah, as far as the rest of the game, I think it's leaning towards the Knicks, man. Mark said they do. Love to hear that. Love to hear that. Because I know there's so many things that are just going by the wayside nowadays. Got to keep the recipes going, brother. Can't get rid of that recipe right there. The Scholastic Book Fair is a core memory from everybody who experiences it. James Wynn said, Isaiah Hartenstein was a beast? He was. Don't get me on my Hartenstein rant, James. Don't do that. Don't do that. Jason said, book fairs still exist. My kids love them in elementary and middle school. I mean, I love them in elementary and middle school. My friends love them in elementary and middle school. Gotta love the Scholastic Book Fair, man. Mark said, check my Twitter. Uh-oh. What'd you send, Mark? Uh-oh. Mark sending things on Twitter? Is it the Embiid poster, I assume? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Oh, man. Oh, we love to see it, baby. Oh, we love to see it. Oh, brother, what do you got going on here, Embiid? What you got going on in here, brother? Oh, put it on a poster. Put it on a poster, Knicks. Send it out to the fans for free, said Zoom In. Oh, my goodness. They're not going to let me zoom in. I got to save the picture. Hold on. All right, you guys don't have to see my file, though. All right. He said zoom in. He said zoom in, Chevy. All right, where the picture's at? There it is. He said zoom in. He said zoom in. He said zoom in. He said. Oh, my goodness. Oh. Oh my goodness, Embiid, brother, all that taunting, all of that, all just for this, just for your playoff run to be immortalized as this, just for all of this, Joel. Oh my goodness, brother. We're gonna change Joel Embiid's player graphic image to this, and we're just gonna let it rock for the remainder of his career. Just that it should be in a museum. Should be. We're getting. Oh, what happened? Oh, okay. We're good. All right. Look at my boy Mitch, though, man. Look at my boy Mitch trying. Look at him trying out there. He really focused. Look at him locked in. Look at him, eyes locked on the rim. See, he's locked in. I'm trying to tell y'all, we locked in. We're locked in right now. Hold on, let's take a look over here. What we got going on over here? Look at Jason gifting the G's. Appreciate you, Jason. I mean, look at Josh Hart. Josh Hart can't even believe it. Josh Hart can't even believe what he's witnessing like right now. He's like, is that prime Mitchell Robinson dunking over Embiid over there? Look at my guy, Josh Hart. Look at him. Look at PG. Look at PG. He's like, no. He's like, oh, no. No, Joel, no. No, Joel. Boom, babe, befuddled and incredulous. They don't know what to do right now. Look how high Mitchell Robinson caught that ball in comparison to where Joel Embiid was. Not even close. He's even flopping on a poster. He's even flopping on the poster. All right, we got to get back to the game. Here we go. Let's lock back in. Start of the second half. Here we go. Let's lock in, Knicks. Brunson bringing it down. Start of the third quarter. Brunson up top being guarded by Edgecombe. Brunson gets it over to Josh Hart. Hands it off to Brunson. Brunson on the left wing being guarded by Paul George. Brunson dancing with it. Crosses over. Oh my goodness. Got PG leaning. Puts up the three. Kareem's well short off the rim. Kareem's out of bounds. Jalen Brunson almost had a poster there on a highlight. On a crossover. Almost. Got to knock it down though. Here comes Edgecombe bringing it down the other way. We didn't even go over our bingo card, but we will. Gil Bridges already got his 15. They get over to Embiid. They kick it out to Edgecombe. They swing it over to George, being guarded by Bridges. They get it back to Edgecombe. They get it to Embiid. Embiid, high post, being guarded by Towns. Backing him down. They show a double team. They kick it out to Paul George. He'll fire the three over McBride. He'll come up short on it. Towns the rebound over to Josh Hart. Gets it over to Bridges. Bridges bringing it down. Bridges on the left wing, over to Towns up top. Towns hands it off to Brunson. Brunson swings through to his right on Edgecombe, spins, gets it over to Towns. He's going to pump fake from three. He's going to drive it down to his right, swings it out to McBride. Wide open right corner three, line me up. Can't get it to go. Towns the offensive rebound, though. Back out to McBride. Another three, Deuce. Line me up on that one. There you go, Deucey. Line me up from three, brother. Yes, sir. It is a three from Oubre, by the way. They didn't change the score coming out of half. So it's 63-52. It's back to an 11-point lead. Give me those 3 points right back on that lucky bounce from Oubre. Maxey up top. Crosses over to his left on Hart. Beats him down the lane. Throws a lob up top to Oubre. Catches, goes up, gets the layup to go down. Oubre, a couple of times now being the Knicks on that dunker spot cutting along the baseline. Beautiful pass from Maxey. Brunson struggling with the handle against Edgecombe. Now coming to his left out the Towns screen. Now swings it over to Towns, and it's a bad pass from Brunson. Goes between the legs of Towns, threw it at his feet. Come on, JB. Can't throw it at the feet of a 7-footer, brother. Can't do that. Can't do that. Maxey up top, dancing around an Embiid screen. Coming to his left. Towns hedges out. Maxey beats him along the baseline, gets caught in the air, swings it out to Paul George, extra pass to Edgecombe. A three over McBride. Edgecombe rattles it in for VJ. His first made 3-point make of the night, and it's back to 6, just like that. Mini Philly run here. Bridges bringing it down. Hands it off to Josh Hart. Towns a three, can't get it to go. Come on, Knicks. Settling for a couple of jump shots here. Edgecombe up top. Gets it over to Paul George. Gets knocked out of the air by Oubre. It's going to stay here with Philly. Gets knocked out of the air by Bridges. It's going to stay here with Philly. Man said Sixers got to do better. They do if they want to pull up this victory. You're right about that. Jason said, all right, calm it down, Knicks. Calm it down. Let's get back into the paint. Let's get back to running our offense. These are good looks. But Edgecombe gets it over to Paul George. Spins along the baseline. Pump fake. Puts up the fall-away baseline jumper of a Hart. Can't get it to go. Perfectly fine with that. Josh Hart bringing it down against Embiid. He's going to pull it out. Hart gets it over to Brunson up top. Being guarded by Oubre. Coming to his left. Stops. Steps through. Layup. Foul. And one for Jalen Brunson. Get 3 points the old-fashioned way, JB. Going to the foul line for one more. You love to see it. You love to see it. That is Oubre's third foul there. Get Oubre into foul trouble. He's been a go-to. He's their leading scorer here tonight. He's got 17. Get Oubre up out of this game. Just that said, cat from 29 feet, not a good shot. It is Karl-Anthony Towns. He is capable of shooting it from there. I'm fine with that shot. Again, these shots are makeable shots for the Knicks. I'm fine with them, but I definitely don't love them coming at a halftime where you want to come out with some momentum, right? Brunson knocks down his and one free throw, gets it back to a 9-point game. Gets those 3 points right back. 66-57. 9:30 to go here. Tyrese Maxey up top being guarded by Bridges. Coming to his left off the Embiid screen. Towns hedges out hard. Maxey slips and falls. Almost a turnover. What's the call? It's going to stay here with Philly. Mike said they can't stop it. They cannot. Rogdy guy said, got Oubre with the big head fake? Yes, he did. Embiid's going to inbound it. They get it into Oubre. Oubre trying to get it to Paul George. Good denial defense from Hart here. Oubre's got to keep it. Coming to his right off a couple of screens. Hands it off to Embiid. Shot clock down to 5. He's going to fire the 3. It's going to come up short. Josh Hart had his hand on the rebound, but he couldn't grab it. They lob it over the top to Oubre. In the paint. Goes up. Can't get the layup to go. No fouls called. Josh Hart rips down his 10th rebound of the game. Shot out of a cannon, bringing it down. Picks up his handle. Leaves it off for Towns. Pass fake. Bullet pass over to Bridges. Bridges puts up the jumper over Embiid. Got it to go. What a pass from Karl-Anthony Towns. Way to knock down the little midi jumper from Mikal Bridges over Embiid. Didn't have to force it at the rim. That's why you got to practice those mid-range shots. And Maxey bringing it down as the Knicks retake an 11-point lead. Over to Embiid up top. Hands it off to Maxey. Coming to his left. Back to Embiid up top. One dribble into the paint. Layup for Joel Embiid. Knicks almost got to that steal, but caught in no man's land after they didn't, and Embiid had an easy lane to the basket. They get it over to Josh Hart. He'll bring the ball down. Hart up top, being guarded by Paul George. Josh Hart going to cross over off a Town screen. Pulls it out, being guarded by Embiid. Josh Hart picks up his handle, swings it over to Bridges. He swings through, takes the baseline. Gets it out to McBride. Wide open left corner 3. Deucey. Can't get it to go. Towns an offensive rebound. Swings it out to Brunson. Extra pass to Josh Hart. He's going to walk into a straightaway 3. Josh Hart off the back rim. Bridges can grab the offensive rebound. Off his fingertips. And over to Edgecombe. Hands it off to Embiid. He's going to drive it down. They show a double team. Embiid, pass fake, kicks it out to Edgecombe, swings it over to Paul George. Extra pass to Maxey. Ran up the line by Bridges. Down the lane. Scoop layup. Gets blocked by Karl-Anthony Towns, but it's a goaltend. Ball movement for Philly was excellent there. That's a goaltend. That is a goaltend from Towns. I like the effort. I like running him off the line and forcing him to the basket. But you got to be there just a step quicker. Towns up top being guarded by Embiid. Towns hits McBride, come back door, gets stripped by Paul George. It's going to go out of bounds. McBride upset he wanted the foul call, but it's going to stay here with the Knicks. Jason said, man, we got to knock some of these threes down, all these offensive rebounds. They're good looks, man. Yeah, absolutely. They're good looks. They're very good looks. Very makeable looks. Forgot to give Philly that too there. They get it into McBride, a left corner three for Ducey, throws up an air ball. Get Shaman in the game. Get Shaman in this game. Maxey bringing it down up top, dancing with it. Rhythm dribble, sidestep, deep three. He can't get it to go. Towns the rebound. And here comes Jalen Brunson bringing it down the other way. Not a great shot from Maxey. I get why he took it, trying to build some momentum here. Brunson bringing it down, crosses over to his right off the Towns screen, slips it over to Towns down the lane. Towns steps through, a lot of contact, foul. Can't get the layup to go, but he will go to the foul line for 2 free throws. There you go, Big Cat. Get into the foul line, get into the rim. Nice slip pass from Brunson off the pick and roll. Corvus said, Philly fighting for its life. Yeah, if you go down 3-0 in the playoff series, it's a death sentence. No team has ever come back being down 3-0. And I don't think this Philly team would be the first to do so, considering how many guys they're down. Not how many guys are down, how limited their bench has been. Mr. Nixon said, Deuce is too streaky tonight. Yeah, the jump shot not calibrated. He's 1 for 7 from the field. Not good enough. Not good enough. Throw Shaman in there. Towns knocks down the first free throw. He's got another one coming. These are wide open looks for Deuce, man. Very makeable looks for Deuce McBride, not knocking him down. I mean, the value is still being added for McBride, but 1 for 7 is 1 for 7. You got to knock down some threes, man. You have to. They're open looks. They're open looks. Same for Josh Hart. Josh Hart 0 for 3 from 3 tonight on all 3 open looks. Gigi said it would be greatly appreciated if they stopped taking so many threes, but they got to knock a couple of them down. They're wide open. A couple of them, sure, I agree with you. Towns knocks down both free throws. Thank you, Karl Anthony Towns, for knocking down your free throws. Right? And if they're not falling, obviously you got to change up your attack a little bit, but Philly is packing the paint after the Knicks are attacking, and they're spraying it out to open shooters. Got to be able to knock them down. Embiid has it up top, hands it off to Maxey, coming to his left, attacking Towns, bump, Euro floater, got it to go for Maxey. Towns obviously can't pick up another foul there, so he just kind of plays it with his chest and then tries to block it up in the air. Robert Klink said they got to go in the paint. They are going in the paint, and Philly is packing the paint, and they got to kick it out. Brunson bringing it down. Being guarded by Edgecombe, coming to his left off a hard screen. Brunson putting his head down, spinning in the paint, little fall-away jumper. Off the back rim, can't get it to go. Long rebound over to Edgecombe. Edgecombe will bring it down. Edgecombe leaves it off to Embiid. Embiid on the left wing. Directing traffic. Swings it out to Edgecombe in the corner, up top to Paul George, being guarded by Bridges. They swing it over to Maxey, being guarded by Hart. Inside to Embiid, gets fouled by Karl Anthony Towns as Embiid hits the floor on a flop. And Embiid draws the 4th foul on Towns. And that's 4 foul on Towns. Andrew Brooks said another 20-point win for New York if Josh Hart and Bridges with a Shaman splash. With Bridges and one in a Shaman splash. Yeah, a lot of ifs, though. That's the point of basketball. You got to play it. Got to play it out. Yvette Posad, what's up, Yvette? Mark, does his dad flop? Yeah, he knows how to draw those fouls, man. I mean, the dude is one of the strongest players in the league, 300 pounds, 7 feet tall, and you telling me he can't catch the ball freely in the post without hitting the floor every single time? Sure. Sure. Mark said as soon as he feels contact flop, oh, yeah. I mean, he wants nothing to do with a battle. He wants nothing to do with a physical battle. Earlier in his career, the second he entered a playoff series against the Celtics and he got locked up by 36-year-old Al Horford in the post multiple times, trying to beat him up physically, and Horford won that. Nikki said, why not challenge? Because you probably won't win that challenge. I mean, battling in the post is there's a lot of physicality. Technically, by the letter of the law, he probably has 2 hands on Joel Embiid as he catches the ball. But to me, it's marginal contact, but you just don't want to take the risk of the officials saying, actually, no, we're going to call it a foul this time, and then you lose your challenge, you know? We haven't gone through the bingo card at all yet tonight. Gigi said, also, can these idiotic analysts give McHale some credit for locking Maxey instead of saying how Maxey has to get going? Absolutely, Chichi. Great point, brother. Great point. Tyrese Maxey tonight, 12.6 for 8 shooting. I mean, he's knocking down his shots for sure, but the Knicks have done an excellent job, especially Mikal Bridges done an excellent job of staying in front of him and forcing him to give the ball up multiple times, not giving him avenues to the basket. Brizo with the Brizo. It's Mo time. Let's go Knicks. We haven't gotten Diawara or Sohan tonight. Gone Shamit, which we knew was definitely a possibility. Simon Joss said Embiid should become an actor after his ball career. Unfortunately, he might not be very good with speaking roles, but maybe. All right, let's fill in our bingo card here. We have shot clock violation. We have goaltend. We have Bridges for 15 already. Bridges got 17 here tonight. Paul George for 20. He's stuck on 15. Big Bry for 3 threes. He only has 1. He's 1 for 6 from the field. They took a shot away from him. I don't know why he was 1 for 7 before that. We do have a goaltend. We do have shot clock violation. We have Bridges for 15 points. We had a jump ball, I believe. Didn't we have a jump ball? Maybe we didn't. No, we had 2 consecutive missed free throws. We did have a successful challenge earlier in the game. Josh Hart, 12, 5, and 5. He's got 8 and 10. He's 1 basket away from the double-double. Karl-Anthony Towns, 25 points. Probably not going to happen here. He's also close to a double-double, though. Jalen Brunson's got 18. He's on pace for his 30. I think did we have a travel? No, we didn't have a travel. Don't have Robinson 4 offensive rebounds. He only has 1. Any player for 3 blocks. I don't think we have that. Blocks. 2 blocks for McBride. Block for Robinson. 2 blocks for Embiid. Those are offensive rebounds, my bad. Yeah, 2 blocks for Embiid. Yeah, and that's it. All right, so I guess McBride is on pace for the 3 block shots, funnily enough. Well, that is going to do it, and we're going to come back in. There we go. Jimmy Pope said Embiid's only chance was 2019, and I'm so happy we took that away from him and made him cry. I mean, he also had that chance against the Raptors that year with Kawhi knocking down that crazy baseline shot where it had a million bounces and it fell through in Game 7. Crazy. But, yeah. So Robinson is in for the Karl-Anthony Towns after picking up 4 fouls. Embiid hands it off to Edgecombe. Edgecombe coming to his left, off the Embiid screen, picks up his handle, ball knocked out of his hands, gets it over to Embiid, foul line jumper, got it to go. I will have to just live with that. It's a 5-point game. Here comes Philly. Game of runs, y'all. Game of runs. Brunson trying to get it over Bridges, gets deflected out of bounds by Oubre. And we're at the halfway point of this third quarter. Knicks holding on to a slight lead here. Philly making their comeback, climbing the mountain. Brunson gets it into Robinson, hands it off to Brunson. Brunson, jab step, swings through to his left, beats Edgecombe off the bounce to the rim, scoop with the left hand off glass, got it to go for Jalen Brunson. Beautiful move to get it up and over Joel Embiid there. And here comes Tyrese Maxey, has it up top. Coming to his left, McBride hedges out hard. They show 2, gets it over to Embiid. He's got a lane to the basket, leaves it off to Oubre for a big 2-handed slam. Nice drop-off pass to Embiid. Oubre with the 2-handed slam. He's got 19 there. Kelly Oubre is hooping out there. And it's still a 5-point lead for the Knicks. Brunson bringing it down. Coming to his right off the Robinson screen. Brunson down the lane. Stop, step back, mid-range fall away over. Edgecombe caught it to go. Smooth as butter for Jalen Brunson. He's up to 22 now. Knicks holding the 76ers in arms distance away, man. Just holding on to the slight lead. Maxey, step back, pump fake, over to Embiid. Embiid out by the 3-point line, being guarded by Robinson. Gets it over to Paul George. Coming to his right off the screen. Robinson hedges out hard. Paul George pulls it back out. Puts up the mid-range jumper. Too strong, can't get it to go. Brunson the rebound. And Paul George has gone ice cold. Josh Hart shot out of a cannon, driving it down in the paint, leaves it off to McBride in the corner, shoves it back over to Hart. Hart gets it back up top to Brunson. Brunson going to run the pick and roll with Josh Hart to pull Embiid into the play. They swing it over to Hart. He'll take it into the lane. Foul line pull-up jumper. Josh Hart got it to go. Just like that, back up to 9. There you go. Calm, steady, get to your spots, knock down your shots. Maxey has it up top. Double-double for Josh Hart, by the way. They get over to Paul George. Pump fakes from 3. Hart runs him off the line. He steps through. They swing it out. Edgecombe, extra pass. Oubre. Right corner 3. I'll live with Oubre 3s, but he makes them pay, knocking it down right there. Big-time shot for Kelly Oubre, who has had a phenomenal game tonight. He's got 22 points off that made 3. Brunson crosses over to his right off the Robinson screen. Has it on the right wing, up top to Bridges. Swings it over to Hart. Hart on the left wing. Being guarded by Paul George. Josh Hart trying to come to his left, but dribbles it off the foot of Paul George there. So it's going to stay here with the Knicks. Josh Hart pointing to his shorts, saying Paul George is grabbing onto him. Corvus, double-double for Hart. Yes, sir. Double-double will be filled in a second here. 6-point lead for the Knicks. Showing all the replays, so we'll just fill it in now. Double-doubles where? Down here. Grimes is going to sub in here. Come in for Paul George. Bridges gets it into Robinson. Robinson up top. And they call Jalen Brunson on a foul. Jalen Brunson signaling for a challenge. And I think they're using the challenge here. Brunson saying he got pushed into Oubre there. If this is the case, this is yet another horrible call from the official. Show the replay. The Knicks call the timeout. I assume the challenge. Edgecombe does have his hands on the back of Jalen Brunson there. He does extend the arms and push. In slow motion like that, it's hard to tell how hard he pushes him. I'm going to assume he pushes him into Kelly Oubre there. And this should be overturned to an offensive foul on Edgecombe. Unless they're not challenging it. They did not signal whether or not they were challenging it. I think they are. Mark said Kelly learning from the worst. I mean, he did get ran into by Jalen Brunson and get knocked to the ground. That is not a flop from Oubre. That is 100% contact that would knock you to the ground. But I don't think it's a foul on Brunson. I think the foul's on Edgecombe, who has two hands on Brunson's back and gives him a light shove there. Again, when you play it in slow motion like that, it's hard to tell the kind of not ferocity, but the kind of force that is being applied there. So I'm just going to go ahead and assume that this should be changed to a foul on Edgecombe. Mark said Knicks are challenging. Okay. Nick Yak said have to win the challenge with no points involved. True. I will say, though, whenever you're superstar, like role players, you could probably shrug off every now and again. And even though you're superstars, you could probably shrug off every now and again whenever they call for a challenge. But when Jalen Brunson is adamant about you using a challenge and he comes running to you and he's like, use it right now, as a head coach, like, you got to trust your player, right? You got to. And Jalen Brunson's smart enough to know when to use it and when not to use it. So I expect this to be a successful challenge. We'll see what the refs call when they come back out. Captain Mass said, I jinxed us by saying that. Aiden said, they might say Brunson flopped on the push. Like I said, when you watch it in super slow motion, it's hard to tell the amount of force being used. But whenever a player has two hands on the back of another player, you got to expect that the call is going to go that way towards that player. Mark said, give me Shamit too. Shamit is at the scores table. He's now in the game. We have Shamit, Robinson, Brunson, Bridges, and Hart. Aiden said VJ barely touched him. Again, when you watch it in super slow motion, it's hard to tell the force. Maybe he barely touched him. Maybe he gave him just enough push to push him into Edgecombe, push him into Oubre. If two players are going into opposite directions, obviously the force is going to be greater, and a player is going to be knocked down. But if Brunson was going to just be standing there, and Edgecombe gave him a little tap to knock him into Oubre, the foul should go to Edgecombe, but we'll see. Yak said Mitch so much more than stats. I mean, we tried to talk about it all year, Yak, right? You and me, especially my guy Nick Yak. And I know a lot of you guys too have been in the Robinson camp, but me and my guy Nick Yak, especially going back to last year, where we were very heavy as like, yeah, Mitchell Robinson, when he comes back, he's going to change the tenor of this team. And guys like my guy Chichi in the chat, I know he would love to deny now, but successful challenge. Successful challenge. Foul on VJ Edgecombe. Knicks get the ball back. That is 4 fouls on Edgecombe, I believe. I believe this will update the 4 fouls on Edgecombe, which is going to hurt Philly, obviously, because they don't have a bench. Unless it's going to stay at 3. Edgecombe with either 3 or 4. I think 3, I guess, coming out of the break here. And Oubre with 3. So you got to get these guys in foul trouble. They don't have much of a bench. 4 minutes to go here. Brunson has it in the post being guarded by Maxey. They have to put Maxey on him to keep Edgecombe out of foul trouble. Brunson's just going to back him down. Maxey pokes the ball loose. And it's out of bounds. It'll stay here with the Knicks. Mike said the Knicks are going away from how we were playing. I think they're playing exactly the way they have continuously played. They would love to go back to playing through Karl-Anthony Towns, but unfortunately Karl-Anthony Towns can't stay on the court, brother. How else do you want them to play? You want them to play through what? Josh Hart? Shamit, got to get it in. They try to get it in the Brunson, and Shamit throws it away into the backcourt for Edgecombe to get it out an easy fast break dunk. What a dumb pass from Shamit. You try to squeeze it into somebody, because if the ball gets knocked loose, at least you can get back on defense contested. You threw it and gave Edgecombe a wide open dunk. Terrible pass from Shamit. Terrible decision. Brunson spinning off Edgecombe, down the lane, leans in, leaves it off. Josh Hart goes up against Embiid, and a big block from Embiid. Embiid flops to the floor, and now here comes Maxey bringing it down. He has it up top. Driving to his right on Shamit, and a foul on Shamit. Come on. That's a little ticky-tack foul from Shamit. Stashcast, it is 3 on VJ. Yeah, we can see it here. We got 3 on VJ. They get it into Embiid up top. 4-point game. Robinson gets the steal. Josh Hart bringing it down. Josh Hart throws the lob up top. Robinson can't get the dunk to go down, but a foul on Joel Embiid. That's 4 fouls on Embiid. No, 3 fouls on Embiid. Excuse me. 3 fouls on Embiid. 3 fouls on Oubre. 3 fouls on Edgecombe. Robinson going to the foul line for 2. Mitch knocked down both. Knocked down both. You can show the replay on it. That's an absolute foul on Joel Embiid. He's getting up arguing as if it was close. That's all wrist. It's all wrist and arm. Robinson had the foul line for 2. It's a good foul from Embiid. Obviously, right? You want to send Robinson to the foul line. Robinson shooting 30% from the foul line in the playoffs. But of course he knocks down the first one. Give me 2 in a row, Big Mitch. Give me 2 in a row, brother. Mark said almost posted it again. You could see it coming. Josh Hart, Mitchell Robinson out on the break running it out. You could see it coming. Bridges is going to come out. Clarkson's going to come in. All right, Clarkson. Big minutes here, brother. Big minutes here. All right, come on. Mitchell Robinson. Knock down the first one. Give me 2 in a row, brother. Give me 2 in a row, Big Mitch. Here we go. Here we go. Give me 2 in a row. I'll pop off, Big Mitch. I'll pop off for you, big dog. Give me 2 in a row. Yes, sir. Hit the first one. And Big Mitch misses the second one. VJ Edgecombe the rebound. Okay, we'll take it. We'll take a free throw, I guess. 5-point lead for the Knicks. Edgecombe bringing it down, being guarded by Josh Hart. Stops and scores, guys. Stops and scores. Edgecombe up top. Coming to his left off a Embiid screen. Spins. Kicks it out to Embiid up top. Inside pass to Oubre. Knocked loose by Brunson. And a steal from Brunson. Great defensive play. Bad pass from Embiid. Josh Hart lost his footing. They knock it into the backcourt. And it's a backcourt violation. Josh Hart doing way too much there on that possession. Josh Hart has been arguing all night for fouls. He's barely gotten any. Tavares, what's up, Tavares? Judge, that's a Shaman lost out there. Yeah, Shaman was great in the first half. Not so much here in the second half. He's been giving us pretty bad minutes. They get over to Maxey, jab step, coming to his right down the lane against Robinson, leaves it off to Embiid, draws the foul, he's going to the foul line for 2. And Josh Hart waves his hand at the official, not liking the foul call there. Don't pick up a technical. Don't pick up the technical, Josh, though. I know the frustration's boiling up for Josh Hart, because every single time you look at Embiid the wrong way, he's going to fall to the ground. Embiid's slow to get up. He's going to limp his way to the foul line here. Jay Gardner said Embiid is literally the worst player to watch. It's pretty rough. It's pretty rough. It's crazy, and that's absolutely foul on Josh Hart, by the way. Embiid didn't have to hit the floor, but that's absolutely foul on Josh Hart. It's crazy that Embiid comes off the Boston series, and people are like feeling good for him, like, oh wow, he's battling through, came back from the appendicitis. He beat his playoff demons, finally beating Boston for the first time in his career in a series. And we're going to get a Philly timeout. Embiid knocked down the first free throw. Nick Nurse, I think, trying to give him a bit of a breather as he comes up really hobbling after that last foul. Sons Jen said Embiid needs a nose plug and floaties. I mean, he is hurting out there. And he's out there battling through the injury. Josh Hart having a conversation with the official. Referee Acosta. That's the way to do it. You know the frustrations are boiling over, but you don't want to scream and yell at the official. You just want to have a conversation. You just want to let them know what's going on in the court, right? Rog D guy said, flops more than a bad soccer player. Yeah, it's unfortunate because he's so skilled and he's so good at basketball. It's unfortunate that he has made that a mainstay part of his game rather than just utilizing his skill. Mike said, attack the rim, my dudes. They're attacking the rim, brother. They're attacking the rim. Jay Gardner said, I need to see more from McBride. Yeah, not a great night from McBride. Landry Shamet played excellently in the first half. Not so much so far here in the second half. Not great minutes from Landry Shamet so far. Got to get Alvarado in there for Shamet, in my opinion. It might make you a little too small, but they got Grimes, Edgecombe, and Maxey out there. I'd probably just live with that. Might want to get Alvarado in there for Shamet. I guess you trust Shamet continuously here. Just made a couple of really bad plays there. Love Widow, what's up, love? Who's going to win? I don't know, brother. That's why we watch the game, so we can find out who wins. Keith said, this is very tight. We're missing OG out there. Yeah, Knicks doing this without OG Anunoby. Come on, Knicks. Find a way. Dr. Number One, what's up, Dr. Number? Knicks loss will ruin my day. Please don't lose. Yeah, it'd be tough. It'd be 2-1. Going into game 4 here in Philly. Battling the way you have so far. Lana Mona said, give us some Mo Diawara. You know, I would love it. So Embiid at the foul line after the timeout. Made the first free throw. He's a knockdown free throw shooter. McBride is back in the game. He does knock down both free throws. It's a 3-point ball game, 1 possession. Here we go. Under 3 to go. And they're going to Hacker Robinson. Quinn Grimes is going to use up some fouls here. He had not picked up a foul here tonight. So that's his first. All right, come on, Big Mitch. You're going to put in Huck Porty right away? The assistant coaches, Rick Brunson, and I didn't see who else, but another assistant coach for the Knicks popped up right up off the bench. So Robinson at the foul line, knocked down your free throws, Big Mitch. Big Mitch. Rattles in the first one. Give it to me, brother. Give me the free throws, big dog. Give me the free throws. Knock down the second one, I'll pop off. Sons Jensen, I want Big Dog on a hat. Big Dog with a chef hat on him. On a hat. We'll see. Come on, Big Dog. Gotta go on some merch for sure. Jason said, yes, sir, Big Mitch, make them pay. Knock down the first free throw. Knock me down one more, brother. Knock me down one more. He changed up the free throw routine. Misses the second free throw. Oubre with the rebound. And Maxey will bring it down. Embiid has played the entirety of this third quarter so far. So is Maxey. So is Edgecombe. Edgecombe coming to his left off the Embiid screen. Driving it down. Picks up his handle. Over to Embiid in the paint. Pump fake. Goes into Robinson. Gets stripped by Robinson. Loose ball. Picks it up. Flips it up with the right hand. Maces it. Fight for the loose ball rebound. Embiid picks it up. Now attacking again. Drop step. Layup. Got it to go down finally. Great aggression from Embiid there. Good defense for Robinson not to pick up a foul. Robinson has 2 fouls there. Didn't want to pick up a third. Timeout from the Knicks? Or no, Hacker Robinson again. Just that said, Maxey plays 45 in a game like this. Yeah, neither of the guys have sat here in the second half. Come on, Big Mitch. We got you, brother. Everybody on your side. Everybody on your side, Big Mitch. Knock down your free throws, Big Mitch. 2 for 4 tonight. Knocks down the first one again. Get me another one, Mitch. 2 free points. That's how you got to look at it. 2 free points. I know you got it in you, Big Mitch. I know you got it in you. You really got that clutch gene, brother. I know you got it. I know you got it like that. He knocks down 2. Stop playing with me. Stop playing with me. 4-point lead. 2:15 to go here in the third. That should be the last time they'll be able to go to it because we'll be under 2 minutes after this possession. Edgecombe coming to his left off the Embiid screen. Driving it down. Stops. Spins. Over to Embiid. Foul line jumper for him. Comes up short. Rebound. Oubre had it. Lost it. Clarkson grabs it. There you go. You get a stop. Get another score. Get it back to 6. After all of that, maneuvering from Philly. Game planning, scheming from Philly. If you can get back to a 6-point lead here, we'll take it. Brunson's double step back, give me a 7. Brunson throws up an air ball, loose ball, knocked out of bounds by Robinson. No, they're going to give it back to the Knicks there. The refs are going to talk about it. Are they changing the call or what? They changed the call. It's Philly ball. It is Philadelphia basketball. Knicks are in the bonus. Final 2 minutes of the quarter here. Maxey bringing it down against McBride. Nope, Shamit's going to pick him up. Shamit up top being guarding Maxey. Maxey dancing with it. Coming to his left off the screen. They hedge out hard. Robinson goes for the steal. They swing it up top. Edgecombe's going to walk into the straightaway three. Edgecombe throws up an air ball. Oof. It's a tough one for VJ Edgecombe there. Wide open look, in rhythm. Could have knocked it to a 1-point game. Crowd was ready to pop off for him. He throws up the air ball. Tough one. Here comes Brunson bringing it down the other way. They get it over to Robinson. So an air ball for an air ball. Okay, we'll take it. Robinson coming to his left. Hands it off to Clarkson. Coming to his right. Clarkson down the lane. Throws a lob up top. And Robinson can't get it through the rim. Picks up a rebound. Gets fouled. He's going to the foul line for 2. And that's 4 fouls on Oubre. But we are at the end of the quarter here. So that might not come into the play until this fourth quarter here. But Robinson to the foul line for 2 more free throws. All right, Big Mitch. Knock him down. Continue to knock him down, brother. Now he gets to the foul line legitimately. Now you got to knock him down. Knock him down, Mitch. Come on. Mitchell Robinson, 4 for 6 from the foul line. That's it. Josh getting a nice rest, yeah. Benefit of actually having bench players. You can give your starter some rest. Big Mitchy Mitch. That's it. Oubre, 22, 8, and 1. He's been phenomenal. Big Mitchy Mitch misses the first free throw. 5-star said, man, the playoff whistles are out of control. Let them play. They have let them play here tonight, brother. This has been a very physical game. Mr. Nixon said, Mitch getting practice at the free throw line tonight. Gotta knock him down, man. Just that said, Cat has played 15 minutes. Carnthony Towns played 15 minutes. No OG Anunoby. And your Knicks holding on to a 4-point lead. Mitch, give him a 5-point lead, brother, please. Please give him the 5-point lead, Big Mitch. Hold that gooseneck up there. I see you. I see you practicing. Hold that gooseneck up there. Come on, baby. I'll hold it with you, Big Mitch. I'll hold it with you. I got you, brother. Yes, sir. Can't get the friendly bounce on the second free throw. 2 consecutive missed free throws from Big Mitch there. And now here comes Philly bringing it down. Maxey up top. Coming to his right off the Embiid screen. Swings it over to Edgecombe. Edgecombe on the right wing. Gets it back up top to Maxey. Maxey being guarded by Shamit. Over to Embiid. Hands it back off to Maxey. Coming to his left. Maxey sees a double team. They swing it out to Embiid. Embiid will put up the 3. A big time shot. He can't get it to go down. Robinson the rebound. They hand it off to Brunson. Brunson will bring it down. Brunson will bring it down. Coming to his left off the Robinson screen. They swing it over to Bridges. Bridges pump fakes. Gets it back to Brunson. Brunson calling for another screen from Robinson. Robinson's coming up. Brunson. Coming to his right, spins to his left, rejects the screen, back crosses back over, dancing with it, coming to his left, spins, Grimes, fouls Jalen Brunson, and Brunson points to him, like, don't foul me, brother. Don't foul me, and then complain. Brunson going to the foul line for 2 free throws. Unlike Mitchell Robinson, Jalen Brunson, I have full confidence that you'll knock down both of these. Well, I got full confidence, Big Mitch. But unlike Big Mitch, I believe that Jalen Brunson is a much better free throw shooter. He'll knock him down here. Jane said, come on, Nick, survive this. Brunson knocks down the first free throw, got 1 more coming. There you go, 5-point lead. I feel a little bit more comfortable. You get a little bit more breathing room with a 5-point lead. You got 37 seconds to go here in the third. I want a 5+ point lead going into the fourth quarter. So 6, 7, hopefully, that's what I'm looking for. Judge, that said, Philly bench still 0 points. 76 points from your starters is pretty crazy. 76 points from your starting lineup is pretty crazy. Jalen Brunson knocks down 2 perfect free throws, 6-point lead for the Knicks. 1 more stop, 1 more score, take an 8-point lead going into the fourth quarter. I feel pretty good about that. 33 seconds to go. Edgecombe bringing it down against Clarkson. Edgecombe crosses over, coming to his right down the lane. They swing into the corner. Grimes, a wide open corner shot, throws up an air ball. Edgecombe the rebound. Back out to Paul George. A right wing 3 from him. He comes up short. Battle for the rebound. Knock loose. Shamit able to pick it up. You got the stop. Can you get the score? Final score of the quarter. 15 seconds to go. Brunson being guarded by Grimes. They're showing a double team already. Brunson, inside pass to Clarkson, swings it out. Shamit, wide open, right wing 3, line me up. Got me to go, Landry Shamit. Look at the ball movement from the Knicks. Don't bring a double team over to us. 9-point lead, 1 more stop. Maxey crosses over to his left. Bridges uses a foul. They're not in the bonus, so it's side out of bounds for them. Excellent usage of the foul there from Mikal Bridges. Using that brain, Mikal. Using that Villanova education, Mikal. I see you, brother. 9-point lead for the Knicks. One more stop with 1.7 to go here. Edgecombe walking around with his hands on his head, man. He is tired. Josh Hart will come in for the final defensive possession. 1.7 on the clock. No fouls, obviously. If they throw up a heave and they knock it down, they throw up a heave and they knock it down. It is what it is, right? It is. Just force them to make a tough shot if they knock it down, but no fouls. Don't bail them out. Force them to make a shot here. 1.7 on the clock. Keep them out on the perimeter. Paul George gets it over to Edgecombe. He'll catch. He'll heave. He'll come up short. Good defense from Bridges. Again, he backed away, put his hands up, contested it, forced him to knock down a tough fall-away shot from the three-point line. He came up just short, and that's exactly how you should play it. There you go. 9-point lead going to the fourth quarter. That is exactly what I would love to see. It was a 4-point game. Definitely wanted at least a 5-point lead, and they got it up to 9. Thank you, Landry Shamet. Thank you, Mikal Bridges. Thank you, Jalen Brunson. Thank you, Mitchell Robinson, for surviving the hack of Mitch moments there. Survived it. We survived it. We'll get Karl-Anthony Towns for the fourth quarter here. Hopefully, he'll stay out of foul trouble, but we'll see. They are Joel Embiid, Tyrese Maxey, and VJ Edgecombe played the entirety of that third quarter right there. Paul George got a little bit of rest with Quinn Grimes coming in. Now, Paul George came back in for Kelly Oubre. He'll get a little bit of rest. No bench. They're going to a 6-man rotation here in the second half. It's just not going to get it done in the playoffs, man. It's too physical. It's too taxing. It's too exhausting. You're going to run your guys into the ground, Nick Nurse. I know you don't have much of a bench to trust, and it is a do-or-die game here. But Maxey already with 34 minutes tonight. If he plays the rest of the fourth quarter, it's going to get him up to 46. Oubre with 31. He'll probably start the fourth quarter on the bench with Grimes in there. But look at this. Bonus played 2 minutes. Drummond's played 4 minutes. Barlow's played 4 minutes. They're going to have to spare some Joel Embiid a couple of minutes here. Can't keep shooting up these jump shots, man. They're all coming up short for him. Isaiah Garner said their legs are going to be dead. I mean, I already pointed out, I saw VJ Edgecombe walking around with his hands on top of his head, trying to catch a little bit more air, trying to get a little bit more oxygen. Exhausted. You could see it. And you could see it with their jump shots, obviously. Tyrese Maxey's only taken 8 shots tonight. That's a problem. Oubre, Embiid, and Paul George. It's a problem for Philly. It's great for the Knicks. Oubre, Embiid, and Paul George all have taken at least 14 shot attempts. Edgecombe's taken 9. Maxey of the starting 5 has taken the least amount of shot attempts. And again, they're blitzing Maxey hard, forcing him to give the ball up. But you got to find a way, Tyrese Maxey. You got to find a way, man. Sons Jen said, Knicks fans, be glad you fired Tibbs. It was time to move on. I'm appreciative of Tibbs. I enjoyed the Tibbs era. It was time to move on for sure. We've litigated this all season. We litigated this in the offseason when they did fire him. We talked about it all offseason about how it was probably time to move on from him with the way he coached last year. But, yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy with where we're at. Mike Brown's a good coach, probably on the same level of Tibbs, just different, and I think he's a better fit for this team. Not a perfect fit, but I think he's a much better fit than Tibbs was. Mr. Nixon said, is Maxey gassed? I don't see how you couldn't be. This is a physical, exhausting game. And the Knicks are throwing bodies after bodies after bodies at this guy. I mean, you look at the Knicks. I mean, the most who's played is Jalen Brunson at 31. And he's not going to play. Well, he might play the entirety of the fourth quarter. We'll see. But I expect he'll go to the bench to start the fourth quarter. They'll come out, obviously, with Towns to start the fourth. And, Brunson with 24, 4, and 8 tonight. He's on pace for his 30 ball, which we need. Paul George, he had 11 points early in the game. He had 15 points at halftime. Didn't score in the second half so far. Legs are gone. Mark said, look at their bench performance and ask yourself why they're gassed. Yeah, we just talked about it. And they're not even going to them in the second half here. Nobody's come in except for Quinn Grimes to spell Paul George a couple of minutes there. Now they put Paul George back in for Oubre to spell Oubre a couple of minutes. But Maxey, Edgecombe, and Embiid played the entirety of that third quarter. You look at the Knicks bench, you got 16 from Shamet, you got 10 for Clarkson, you got 19 minutes for Robinson off the bench. Obviously, you needed to because Karl-Anthony Towns only played 16 minutes with the foul trouble. But you got 6 points for Robinson off the bench. Clarkson's knocked down a shot. He also has 4 boards, 3 assists, so helping out in other ways as well. He got 12 points off the bench from Shamet. Alvarado's only played 5 minutes, but he knocked down a 3 for you at least. Here we go. Start of the fourth quarter. They do start with Barlow, so they're going to spare Embiid a couple of minutes here. Paul George, a fall-away jumper over Josh Hart. Can't get the friendly bounce. Towns with a nice rebound, gets it out to Josh Hart. They get over to Alvarado. Head down, driving it down. Josh Hart looks like he rolls the ankle a bit. They show a double team. Alvarado, pass fake, steps through, gets it over to Towns. Towns, he's going to drive it down inside to Clarkson. Clarkson, wild scoop layup, can't get it to go. Looking for the foul, doesn't get it. Loose ball, Clarkson able to pick it up. Shot clock down to 7. Clarkson pulls it out. Gets it to Towns. Towns back to Clarkson. He'll put up the off-balance jump shot. He got it to go as the shot clock expires. It's a long 2. Some serendipity there for the Knicks. Mark said Josh is hurt. Yeah, he's hurt. He's limping around out there a little bit, but he's going to stay on his feet. Look like he maybe tweaked the ankle a bit. Edgecombe Euros down the lane, kicks it out to Grimes, an open 3 for Grimes. He finally got one to go down. The first bench points for Philly goes down to Quinn Grimes there. 87-79, 8-point ball game. Here comes Alvarado bringing it down. They get over to Shamit. Shamit gets it to Towns. AP with a very generous super chat. Appreciate your AP. Said very simply, let's go Liberty. Not the time, brother, not the time. But yes, let's go Liberty. Good defense from Philly. They knocked the pass out of bounds. Jimmy Pope said, first bunch points in the fourth is crazy. It is crazy. It is crazy. Shot clock winding down again. Shaman's got to isolate and do something. Shaman down the lane, draws the foul, and Quinn Grimes is going to the foul line for 2. Quinn Grimes making something, Landry Shaman making something out of nothing is huge. Huge. Draws the foul, and Grimes there. He's going to the foul line for 2. Mark said, nice, Landry. Good take. Yeah, shot clock was winding down. He had to make something out of nothing. I like that he didn't, toss a grenade over to somebody. Kept it in his hands. He looked to attack, and he drew the foul on Grimes, who definitely was expecting him to settle for like a long jump shot. Now you got to knock down your free throws as he misses the first free throw. Come on, man. Just that said, Grimes 3 is historically lame. I don't know what lame is supposed to mean, but he's very inconsistent from the perimeter. And he's supposed to be like a 3-and-D guy. He's been very inconsistent from 3 throughout his career. Shaman does knock down the second free throw at least. We'll take it. 10:30 to go here. Maxey bringing it down. Hands it off to Edgecombe. Edgecombe hands it off to Grimes. Grimes being guarded by Alvarado. Coming to his right off the Barlow screen. Grimes zeroes down the lane. Kicks it out to Edgecombe. Edgecombe chased off the line by Clarkson. Driving to his right in the lane. Ball knocked loose. Towns had it. Lost it. Knocks it over to Clarkson. Good defense from Clarkson there. Towns also involved. But Clarkson was the one who started it off. He blows right past Edgecombe. Down the lane in the paint. Leaves it off to Towns. Ball knocked loose. A bad pass from Clarkson. Good defense from Philly. Getting back on the action there from Edgecombe. George driving it down. Hands it off to Maxey. Maxey coming off the screen. Driving it to his left. Down the lane. Lefty layup. Got it to go for Tyrese Maxey. Finally found an avenue. A lane to the rim. Got it to go. Alvarado got caught on the screen. And it's a 7-point ball game. Towns has it up top. Being guarded by Paul George. Towns. Bullet pass over to Hart. Hart on the right wing. Being guarded by Grimes. Josh Hart. Jab step. Coming to his left. Off the Towns screen. Picks up his handle. Gets it to Towns. High post. Being guarded by Paul George. Backing him down. Backing him down. Drop step. Throws up the hook shot. Can't get it to go. Edgecombe the rebound. Here comes Maxey. A good defensive stop for Philly. Knicks got to respond. Maxey on the right wing, being guarded by Shamit. Maxey's going to dance and isolate. Maxey crosses over to his right. Attacking, step back, baseline. Fall away, off the hesitation, comes up short. Battle for the rebound. Good box down rebound from Karl-Anthony Towns. Alvarado shot out of a cannon, pushing the pace the other way. Cross-court pass to Josh Hart. Josh Hart on the left wing, being guarded by Barlow. They're going right back to Towns in the post. They do. Towns battling down low, steps through, sees a dope team, lost the handle, picks it up. One-legged fall away long, fall away 2. Terrible shot. Bouncing on the rim a couple of times. Barlow the rebound. Really bad process now for Karl-Anthony Towns right now. Got to get better looks than that, Karl-Anthony Towns. They get over to Grimes, walks into a straightaway wide open 3, and he knocks it down. Giving them an open look. Get this unit out of here, Mike Brown. Good timeout. Good timeout. Under 9 to go. Get this unit out of here. Karl-Anthony Towns tossing up some garbage here. Alvarado, Shaman, and Clarkson not communicating defensively. Nobody picking up Quinn Grimes. Pretty sure that is Clarkson's man. Just that's an enter Sandman early. 9 minutes to go. Yeah, he usually enters around the 8-minute mark, so about a minute earlier than usual. Amy said, why was he wide open? Miscommunication for the Knicks. Just walks into a wide open straightaway 3 as the Knicks don't communicate as to who is going to be picking up Quinn Grimes. That's normally Jordan Clarkson's man during this lineup here. Actually, I don't know. I think they've had Alvarado trying to guard Maxey. Shamit has guarded Grimes. Or Shaman's been guarding Maxey. Alvarado, I think, has been guarding Edgecombe, and Clarkson's been on Grimes. I think it's a rotation they've gone with. But, yeah, it's time to get this unit out of here. Time to close it out. Got to bring Bridges back in. Got to bring Brunson back in. It is what it is. Mark said double big. Maybe. You got to remember Joel Embiid is also going to be coming back in as well. But the Knicks holding on to this little 4-point lead here. It's fine. Got a little bit of a cushion. Got a little bit of a lead. Grimes knocks down a big 3 there. Okay. Good timeout. I like the timeout a lot from Mike Brown. Got to bring in your closers. Got to bring them in. Embiid for 30 is not looking good. If we look at our bingo card here, I don't think any players has 3 blocks. Maybe Embiid has 3 blocks now? Embiid has 3 blocks. We do have any player for 3 blocks. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. I don't think Robinson's got 4 offensive rebounds. Mitchell Robinson tonight has 2 offensive rebounds. Not 4. Not 4, unfortunately. Paul George for 20. He's still stuck on 15. We love to see that. McBride for 3 threes. He only has the 1. Got to shoot it better, McBride. 1 for 5 from 3 is rough. Come on, big dog. You had some open looks. Haven't had a travel. Haven't had a jump ball. Haven't had a player foul out. Hopefully we don't, because the only player really close to it is Karl-Anthony Towns, although Grimes has 4 fouls, and Oubre now has 4 fouls as well. Edgecombe for 20. Edgecombe sitting with 11. Doesn't seem likely unless he goes off here in the 4th, which I hope not, obviously. Embiid for 30 doesn't seem likely. He's got only 16. We haven't had a logo 3. Brunson for 30 still on the table. He's got 24. He's probably going to come in after this timeout. We haven't had a technical. Maxey for 30 seems unlikely with the way he's played tonight. He's got 14. Failed challenge. Haven't had one of those. We had 2 successful challenges so far. Josh Hart, 12, 5, and 5. Josh Hart's got 10, 10, and 2. Although I guess I'll take 5 turnovers. If he gets another turnover, he's got 4. Freeway hustles and Clarkson killed that stretch. Some good and some bad. I don't think it was one specific player. I think it was miscommunication between Shamet also didn't have a couple of great possessions there. Shamet, Clarkson, and Alvarado just didn't get it done during this, that 3-minute stretch there. Didn't get it done. So also with Towns. Towns took a couple of garbage shots. Wasn't patient enough out on the perimeter when being guarded by Paul George, Didn't love that process from Towns. So I think that whole lineup there kind of sunk the team. Jaden said, folks overreacting at every opportunity. I mean, it's a game. It's going to go back and forth. Just that to the 4th quarter of a playoff game isn't the time to spam up chat. Yeah, I don't know what's going on in the chat, but I appreciate you guys for taking care of it. Mark said, JB and GTA out. That should help calm things down and make sure we get quality shots here. As far as everything else, Towns with 25 is not looking likely. He's got 8. We haven't seen Diawara Sohan, unfortunately. No Diawara, no Sohan, unfortunately. No triple-double, nor 4-point play. Here we go. Brunson bringing it down. Bridges also back in. They get it over to Towns. Towns inside pass to Josh Hart. Josh Hart goes up, gets the layup to go. He's looking for the foul. He doesn't get it, but he does get the layup. There you go. Great process there for the Knicks. Brunson draws the double team off the screen on a hard hedge. Slips it over to Towns, gets it down low to Josh Hart, gets the layup. Beautiful ball movement, beautiful player movement, beautiful processing. They show the same double team to Paul George to get over to Barlow. Extra pass Oubre, left corner 3 for Oubre. Oubre can't get it to go. Bridges the rebound. There you go. Get over to Brunson. Brunson will bring it down. He's telling everybody, let's go. There you go, JB. Bring it home. Brunson coming to his left off the Town screen. Pass fake, over to Josh Hart, coming to the left. Josh Hart fakes the handoff inside the Bridges, down in the paint by himself, puts up the jumper, got it to go. Beautiful processing from the Knicks yet again. Patient. Off the double teams from Brunson. Very patient, not forcing anything, not going to the same thing over and over again. Joel Embiid doesn't come back into the game, by the way. He's still on the bench. See how long they're going to be able to last without him. It's an 8-point lead now. They get over to Grimes. Grimes, pass fake, gets it over to Oubre. Oubre, extra pass to Paul George. No dip 3 for him. Comes off the back of the rim, can't get it to go. Bridges the rebound over to Brunson. And here we go. We can take a nice, big, strong double-digit lead here. Towns up top. Towns hands it off to Brunson. Brunson coming to his right off the Town screen. Brunson driving it down. Paul George knocks the ball loose. Loose ball. Picked up by Grimes. Bridges trying to get back. They leave it off Barlow to the rim. Gets the 2-handed slam from Barlow. Great pass from Grimes. Great rim run for Barlow. Keeping up with his teammate, making himself available. Instead of a 10-point lead, it's cut back down to 6. There you go. Philly, Knicks need to respond. Brunson has it up top, being guarded by Oubre. Coming to his left. Paul George is going to switch on to him. Brunson directing traffic. I think he's telling Towns to get into the post. They get it to Towns, left wing, being guarded by Paul George. Towns back over to Brunson. A deep straightaway 3 for Brunson. I'll give it to us. I'll give it the logo 3. Jalen Brunson. My goodness. Ice water in his veins. I mean, we already know this, but my goodness. I'm going to give it the logo 3, that one. That one was a deep one. Maxey has it up top. Coming to his right off the screen. Snakes it back to his left hand. Gets it over to Oubre. Gets it back to Maxey. Being chased by Bridges all night long. He's done an excellent job. They show double team to Maxey again. They go over to Paul George. Paul George coming to his right along the baseline. Bullet pass inside to Oubre. Oubre gets blocked. Loose ball. Josh Hart picks it up. We're off and running. Over to Bridges. Bridges to the rim. Goes up. Gets fouled by Maxey. He's going to the foul line for 2. Give us the double-digit lead. Mikal Bridges, excellent all night long. All night long. Maxey getting double teamed and shut down by Mikal Bridges. Call him McJail Bridges. No Anunoby, no problem. So far, game not over yet. Bridges to the foul line for 2. Got to give us that logo 3 right there for sure. Bridges has 2 free throws coming. Knocks down the first free throw, gets a friendly bounce off the front of the rim, and there's the double-digit lead. Bridges has 1 more free throw coming. 6:30 to go here. About at the halfway point. Mission Nixon said, who blocked that, Bridges? It was hard to tell. There was 3 Knicks in the vicinity. I think Towns may have gotten into it. Either Towns or Bridges. I think maybe Towns came over on the help side and got that block on Oubre. But either way, we'll double check it to see who was credited with the block there. Maxey has it up top. Bridges knocked down both free throws. 11-point lead for the Knicks. They get it to Paul George, being guarded by Josh Hart. Paul George draws the foul. Before the shot attempt, they wave it off. They say foul on the floor on a mini rip-through move. Sons Gen said Cat got the block. Thank you, Sons Gen. I thought it was Cat, but I could have been wrong. But Sons Gen says it was Karl Anthony Towns. To foul on the floor, no shot from Paul George, even though he made the jump shot there. It was a foul in the reach-in first by Josh Hart. Paul George gets it into Maxey. Maxey up top. Approaching the halfway point, 6:15 to go. Trying to get it to Paul George. They do, being guarded by Brunson. Swings through, and a foul by Brunson. You're going to put yourselves in the bonus. You're going to put them in the bonus, Knicks. Oh, wow, they just threw the graphic up there. 15 first quarter points for Paul George, 0 cents. I thought he had like 11 in the first quarter. 0 points after that incredibly hot first quarter. Wow. They get it into Maxey up top. Maxey coming to his right, trying to get it to Paul George again. Knicks denying him. They do get it to Paul George. Josh Hart knocks the ball loose out of bounds. And the Knicks just not making it easy on Paul George to even catch the ball right now. They're trying to force feed the ball to Paul George, and they're not even allowing him to catch the ball right now. This is some excellent defense from the Knicks. A couple of them were fouls, but they're just being physical and tough and not allowing them to catch it easily. Here comes Joel Embiid. 11-point lead for the Knicks, 7 on the shot clock for them. Barlow comes out of the game. Solid minutes for Barlow. They get into a beat, high post being guarded by Towns. Hands it off to Paul George coming to his left. Can't hold on to the ball. Josh Hart maybe knocked it loose. Bridges picks it up. He leaves it off for Brunson. Brunson swings through to his left. Down the lane, throws up the floater. Got it to go. And a timeout for Philadelphia as the Knicks take a 13-point lead. 3-0 Knicks. 3-0. Keen Hara. What's up, Keen Hara? Well, we're up Sans OG. No OG Anunoby. No problem. Knicks taking care of business here tonight. I love it, Mark. I love it. I love it. Knicks going to go up 3-0 against the 76ers here. Mark, put the cape on, baby. Put the cape on. Jalen Brunson, the huge, deep logo 3. That's deep for Brunson. I don't know, other people would be like, that's not that deep. That's deep for Brunson. You know, Brunson doesn't really like to go to that deep of range. That's a deep 3 for Brunson. Wind it up too. Confident in it. Had time on the shot clock to try and maneuver closer and was like, nah, I'm just going to launch it about 28, 29 feet away. He's got 29 points now. 1 point away from the 30 we have him up here for. What do we need? We need Maxey for 30. That ain't happening, so we're not getting that diagonal. Brunson for 30 gets us where? Where's Brunson for 30? Where's Brunson for 30? There he is. Technical foul and Embiid for 30. We're not getting that. I don't know. We might not get bingo here tonight. Not getting Sohan or Diawara sighting. I mean, maybe. Maybe. Paul George for 20 seems unlikely. I mean, he had 15 in the first quarter. And I was like, oh, should I fill in the square now? Because he'll have 5 points the rest of the game. He hasn't. Mr. Nixon said PG in jail. We got him locked up. Got him and Maxey locked up right now. Paul George and Maxey were out there with no Joel Embiid. And Paul George did not score once. He hasn't scored since the first quarter. MBM with a very generous super chat. Appreciate you, MBM. Sweep incoming. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Bring the brooms out. Bring the brooms out. Get as much rest as possible because I don't know if Cleveland's going to put up much of a fight against Detroit the way that series is going. But Maxey with 14, Paul George with 15 when Joel Embiid was out with was out for the rest. 13-point lead was built up in that time. It was a 4-point game when Jalen Brunson came into the game. Jalen Brunson, let's give credit to Mikal Bridges as well. Jalen Brunson and Mikal Bridges came back into the game. It was a 4-point game. Added 9 points to it. It's now a 13-point game. Paper Dog said, need 15 from Towns. I just want the win. Mike said, I kind of like cheesesteak. Philly's out there looking like a bunch of cheesesteaks. They're looking like food right now. It's really rough out there for them to generate offense for a 48-minute game. Ruzande said, bring the broom with you, Sheffy, on Sunday. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Got to continue to handle business, though. We got more than enough time in this game to throw it all away. 6 minutes to go is a ton of time remaining in the game. Not even close to being over. Keenan Har said, what is public regarding OG's hammy? So Steph Bondy really went in to, like, find out, like, what is really going on with OG's hammy. Like, are we just playing a little bit of the game here? And they were like, no, it really is just a small tweak. I think if this was a closer series, I think we possibly could have seen Anunoby here tonight. The Knicks reported, I think Begley reported, no, Shams reported, that OG Anunoby was really advocating and trying to play here tonight. And the Knicks medical staff ultimately was like, no, we'll just rule you out. You're fine. And the Knicks, if they're able to pull off this victory, hold on and pull off this victory, they'll go up 3-0. I probably wouldn't even play him game 4 either. But they said it really is a tweak, really is day-to-day. And they're really not too concerned about it. Just going to give him the proper rest to rest it up as much as possible. And he should be all right. And it's an off-ball foul. Shamet holding on to Grimes. Darnell said this game is over, y'all. 5:46 to go, brother. Don't count your chickens before they hatch, big dog. Don't count your chickens before they hatch. Henry Smith, can we go all the way? They can. They can. They're capable. Maxey hands it off to Edgecombe. Edgecombe over to Grimes. Grimes being guarded by Shamet. Coming to his right. And he mishandles the ball and it goes out of bounds. Quentin Grimes, man. He giveth and he taketh. Keenar said, nah, man, I want him to make sure it's okay before he comes in. We cannot afford a real injury. Yeah. I think I'm going to trust whatever that medical staff says, man. They won awards. They won awards for a reason. But they said, like, it really is a small tweak. It's really nothing that big. Pick and pop, Carnegie Town, straight away 3, line me up. Can't get it to go. Rebounded by Embiid. Would have been a big 3, Cat. Would have been a big 3. Here comes Maxey bringing it down. Maxey up top, coming to his right off the screen. Sheamus switches onto him. Trying to get it to Embiid. He's being guarded by Bridges. Embiid has it. Backing him down. They swing it out to Maxey. Extra pass Grimes. Right corner 3 over Brunson. In and out. Can't get it to stay. Towns the rebound. Quick outlet to Shamet. Shamet beating them down the court. Shamet's going to hold up, though. Ooh. Lost his balance, but he does save it out. Brunson has it up top. I'm watching Shamet. Shamet went down. Looking like he hurt himself a little bit. Brunson driving to his right against Grimes. Step back. Pump fake. Spins. Hands it off Shamet. Driving to his left. He seems fine on the drive. Pump fakes. Gets Maxey in the air and he gets fouled by Tyrese Maxey. He's going to the foul line for 2. Great pump fake from Shamet. All night long, Shamet's done an excellent job. He's done an excellent job of making something out of nothing. Hitting these pump fakes with the shot clock winding down. Getting himself to the foul line here. Shamet knocks down the first free throw. He's got another one coming. 14-point lead for the Knicks. Loving it. The Eric Tron. What's up, Eric Tron? Former Knick Quinn Grimes. A lot of people wanted the Knicks to hold on to Quinn Grimes over Deuce McBride. And while Deuce McBride has not played well tonight, I think he's had far more of an impact on this game than Quinn Grimes has. The defense from McBride tonight has been very solid. 3-point making, not so much, but. Embiid gets it over to Edgecombe. Edgecombe on the left wing. Shaman knocked down both free throws, by the way. 15-point lead for the Knicks. Paul George up top. Throws the pocket pass to Embiid. They get over to Paul George. He's going to pump fake, drive to his right. Against Towns. Spins, kicks it out to Embiid. Excellent defense from the Knicks. Embiid with the shot clock winding down. Double step back, puts up the 3 for Bridges. That's excellent defense. Embiid can't get it to go. Almost got it to go down. Josh Hart almost strips Paul George. Maxey ends up with the loose ball. Throws up the corner 3, and he got it to go. Brunson will bring it down. Excellent. Crazy shot from Maxey. Crazy heave there from Maxey. Cuts it to 12. It's huge. They get it over to Towns. Back over to Brunson, losing Edgecombe. Off bounds, throws up the floater. Got it to go. Got it to go. And Brunson looking, he's like, all these little pushes they're giving me, and I'm still going to knock down the shot anyway. Maxey coming to his left. Double sidestep, left wing 3. Threw up a brick. Brunson the rebound. Brunson, home run past the Bridges, beating them down the court. Bridges to the rim. Scoop layup. Got it to go. Mikal Bridges as Philly. That is an embodiment of Philadelphia running out of gas. Mikal Bridges full sprint after a missed shot. Brunson grabs the rebound off a Maxey heave three. Mikal Bridges hustles his butt, beats everybody in Philadelphia down the court. He's got players ahead of him. Players are back. Philly's already back after the shot for Maxey. They're back. It's not like they didn't get back on defense. But Mikal Bridges in a full sprint along the baseline. He knows. Jalen Brunson got that rebound. Oh, I'm out. Because I know JB's going to hit me if I beat him down the court. And he beats him down the court. Jalen Brunson, a perfect home run pass. Beats Embiid and Paul George. Two guys who you know are running low on empty here. Ulan Davis with the Bulan. Uline. South America, Guyana. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you. Henry Smith. Another game. Another game held under 100. Some excellent Knicks defense. People keep saying, oh, this team, this Knicks team's just not a good defensive team. They don't have, with Jalen Brunson, Karl Anthony Towns out there, there's no way they could be a good defensive team. It just tells you that they have not watched Knicks basketball the end of the season. My guy, the high vibe, contributing to the channel. Appreciate you, brother. What do you say? Get the brooms out. Got a kitchen to clean. Cook it. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Brooms will be out and about. Knicks with a 16-point lead with just under 4 minutes to go here. Mr. Nixon said, "Careful, Chevy. We don't want you to pull a hammy." He's still animated in the fourth quarter. Love it. Yes, sir, brother. Yes, sir. Paul George got to fire up a straightaway three. He misses it. Karl Anthony Towns the rebound. Paul George, I can't believe he went scoreless after that first quarter that he had. Aiden with a very generous super chat. Appreciate you, Aiden. He said, "Let's go, Sheffy." Is good luck. Appreciate you, brother. Brunson on the left wing. Dance with it against Embiid. Brunson's going to pull it all the way out. He's going to look to dance. Ooh, pull back three. Got him leaning a little bit. Can't get it to go. Batter for the rebound. Embiid grabs it, and it's a loose ball foul on Karl Anthony Towns as Embiid flops to the floor again. And that's 5 fouls on Towns. Leave him out there. If he fouls out, he fouls out. We got 3:15 to go. We'll be all right. Sharon McLean gifting a happy Mother's Day. Appreciate you, Sharon. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers in the chat. Appreciate you guys. Maxey bringing it down, gets it over to Embiid. Embiid hands it off to Maxey, coming to his right down the lane. Gets it over to Embiid, rolling to the rim for an easy two-handed slam. Brunson puts his hands up, and he's like, okay, give it to him. That's fine. We just got to make sure we play our game. 14-point lead for the Knicks with 3 minutes to go. Continue to wind down this clock. If you just score on your other end, you don't have to worry too much about their scores. Bridges bringing it down against Oubre. He has it up top. Bridges gets it off to Brunson. Being guarded by Oubre on a switch. Brunson going to run the two-man game with Towns. Coming to his right off the screen. Brunson picks up his handle, pass fake, hands it off to Josh Hart, shot clock winding down, Josh Hart, rhythm dribble, pull up straightaway three. Two off the back rim, can't get it to go, and beat the rebound. 2:30 to go here. BJ Edgecombe will bring it down. Edgecombe over to Embiid up top. Hands it off to Maxey, coming to his left, Maxey, pick and pop, Embiid, wide open straightaway three. No one guarding him, he misses it. Towns skies for the rebound. Towns gets it over to Josh Hart. We're bringing it down the other way, 2:20 to go. Time winding down for them. Josh Hart with the pass fake, keeps it, gets it over to Brunson. Smart move from Josh Hart. No need to force it here. Let's just run offense, run some time off. Brunson telling Towns, get over to the block, I'll give it to you. Brunson Euros down the lane, gets whacked by Edgecombe. And Edgecombe just whacks him, just knocks him to the ground. Just whacks him to the ground. Edgecombe tired, exhausted, and maybe a little frustrated and annoyed. Keenar said, no time for Jay Hart heat checks. It wasn't a heat check. The shot clock was winding down, Keenar. Shot clock was winding down. He had to get a shot up. Nick Yak said, OG gets another game off. I agree with you, Yak. I agree with you. Make sure he's 100% healthy before pulling him back. Nick's going up 3-0. Should definitely give him another game. Brunson knocks down the first free throw. He's got another one coming. Crazy said, do you hear the crowd? Not really. I got the volume on very low, so you guys don't hear it. But I'm sure they're going crazy for the Knicks. And they're waving the white flag. Maxey to the bench and Embiid to the bench. They're waving the white flag, folks. And the Knicks will go up 3-0. Knicks are going to throw in Tyler Kolek out there. Mo Diawara is going to come in. That fills in a spot. But Paul George is not going to get 20. Not going to get 20. So you can see it here. Aiden. Also gifting Sundays. Appreciate you, Aiden. Appreciate you. Mo sighting. It is. We do get Mo Diawara. We do get a Mo Diawara sighting. I'll tell you this, though, guys. The camera panned over to the bench during the game at some point, and the Fleas with a very generous super chat. Appreciate you, brother. He said chopped cheese is better than Philly cheesesteak. There you go, brother. There you go. Brunson at the foul, and he hit the first free throw. He's got one more coming. Knocks it down. The camera panned over to the bench at one point, and Mo Diawara was sitting on the bench, and he had like a heavy wrap around his calf. So maybe he's dealing with a small injury or something like that. Shaman's going to use a foul to get Kevin McCullough in the game, get Jeremy Sohan in the game. Oh, no, not Kevin McCullough, excuse me. Going to get Paco Mdadie in the game. Spotty T said, Cole exciting, I told you. It's a blowout, brother. Everybody's coming to the game in a blowout. Boston Casey, what's up, Boston? Lanamona said we own the arena. I mean, you got Knicks stars flying out to the Philly arena. You got Tracy Morgan. Obviously, Spike Lee's going to be there. But you also got Ben Stiller in the chat. Trent Wofford misses the free throw. The Knicks intentionally failed to get the bench guys in there. We got 2 minutes to go, y'all. And we did it. We did it. I said, dang, I want a McCullough. I don't think any of the two-way players are available to play. I don't think they're available to play in the playoffs. Maybe they are. Maybe that's not necessarily a rule, but I know, like, Trey Jemison is not dressed. He's with the team, but he's not dressed. Under 2 to go. Wofford does knock down the second free throw. Aiden said, stopped on a road trip in Philly, tried cheesesteak. That was terrible. Diawara is going to drive it down inside the Sohan through his hands, and it's going to be a turnover. Timothy Chalamet is also there. Kenta, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Kendall Jenner said, I ain't going down there to Philly. Kendall Jenner stayed up there in New York. Jay Gardner said, love when you see Teen Wolf on the court. Get buckets then. Kolek, get buckets. Wofford's going to get an easy layup. Stash cast in next game. Knicks take a 3-0 series lead, baby. A 3-0 series lead. Spotty T said they stopped making their cheesesteaks the same decades ago. Blame the health inspectors. What? You want nasty places giving you nasty cheesesteaks? Keenar said, I went to college near Philly, used to play poker there. Cheesesteaks are awesome. Cheesesteaks are good. Chichi said, Mike Brown might be the best mastermind coach in NBA history if the Knicks win the championship. He had everyone fooled and kept telling ourselves that he had no clue. I don't fully agree with that, Chichi. I have told you time and time again, he was using the regular season to experiment, figure out what works, figure out what doesn't work. He has been very open and honest about how he's leaned on his players and leaned on his coaching staff to make adjustments to both his defensive principles and the offensive principles that they were utilizing this year so that the players are more comfortable. So it was a lot of change, a lot of turnover, a lot of roster turnover in terms of who was playing, who wasn't playing, and whatnot. Remember, we started the year with Robinson starting lineup, eventually pulled that, went back to Josh Hart. And ultimately, we got to a point where we felt comfortable, felt confident going into the playoffs. They ended the year decently, not great, decently. They made adjustments after game 3, after I thought Mike Brown was over-analyzing games, overthinking things. But he's been pretty good all season long. For the most part, I've waxed poetic about Mike Brown more than I've criticized because I think he's deserved it. He's definitely deserving of a fair share of his criticisms, but for the most part, he's been solid. Colette, crossover, behind the back pull-up jumper, comes up short. Keenar said Mike Brown was doing a defensive rope-a-dope during the regular preseason. We're real now. The Knicks had slowly got better defensively all season long, the same way they did last year. And post-All-Star game, post-All-Star break, they were one of the 3 best defenses in the NBA. So I don't think they were pulling a rope-a-dope. They were just getting everything under control and figuring out what they wanted to do. Paco Mdadie having a hard time catching the ball here tonight. It's his second turnover, not catching the ball. Dalen Terry down the lane, can't get the layup to go. Dottie had the rebound. They'll hand it off to Kolek, and we'll dribble out the clock, and that's going to be it. My guy Rich Smith with a very generous super chat. Appreciate you, Rich Smith. He said, see you all Sunday. Sheffy Philly is done. Nice and toasted. Philadelphia goes down 3-0. The Knicks bringing out the brooms in the next game in Philadelphia. You love to see it. I wonder what the excuse will be after tonight, man. Ginnar said, I criticized him, Brown, but I was wrong. I mean, I criticize Brown too. You might not, I'm not going to speak for you, but you deserve criticism. He hasn't been perfect this year. He's made his fair share of mistakes. Game 2 and 3. Game 2, puck on that with Rudy hands. In this game, definitely. Games 2 and 3 against Atlanta, he definitely was overthinking things and trying to over-adjust to things he didn't need to over-adjust to. And once he simplified things, we're like, oh, we could just play through Towns. Duh, we could just play through Towns. We'll be all right. That's when everything started to change in terms of, like, playing to your potential. But remember, they won game 1 pretty handily. My guy, the Fleas, with a very generous super chat as well. He said, pack them up. Excellent work from Sheffy as usual. We outside, man. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. A nice, I don't want to say easy victory, because it was a battle up until the end. The Knicks pulled away in the fourth quarter. 14-point lead for the Knicks. 14-point win for the Knicks at the end here. That's going to wrap us up. Aiden said, driving to Newark for UFC tomorrow. Needed this for my money. I'm about to lose. Unfortunately, brother, unfortunately. So they have the next game starting up, but we're going to hang out for just a little bit here. We'll go over the box scores and everything. We'll talk about it. What did the Knicks end up with? Brunson ended up with 33 here tonight. The Brunson 30 ball is not going to give us bingo, unfortunately. We're not going to get bingo. If Paul George could have scored 5 more points the rest of the game, the Knicks still could have won and we could have hit bingo. But Paul George went scoreless after the first quarter. I really can't believe it. He's going to end the night 6 for 18 from the field? Oh my goodness, Paul George, what is that? Gabriel Gobi said, Knicks Detroit will be insane. It's going to be a bloodbath. It really is, man. The Pistons are good. Pistons are really good. And Cleveland is allowing them to start, get things going. They got Danis Jenkins going a bit here. He's building confidence going in against the Knicks. And it's like, okay, great. Here we go. Mr. Freckles with Shaman. Shaman was excellent tonight. He had some good moments, some bad moments, but I think for the most part he was really good. McBride, kind of in more of a down game from McBride than I was going to say a bit of an in between, because the defense was solid for McBride. But other than that, he didn't knock down the open shots. You need to knock down your open shots, brother. That's what you're out there for. Knock down the open ones, right? So McBride 1 for 5 from the field, 1 for 6 from the field, 1 for 5 from 3. He's not going to get it done. Played 21 minutes tonight. Mitchell Robinson played 19. There's a reason why Landry Shaman played more than McBride tonight. He was the better option, and that's fine. That's why you have a deep bench. Some nights, some guys are going to be better than others, and it was definitely a bit of a Shaman night here tonight. 15 points, 5 for 6 from the field. He hasn't been a part of the rotation after the Atlanta series, after he got pulled after Game 3, and he hadn't been a part of the rotation after that. Stepped right in here tonight, and that's exactly what you want to see. It's exactly what you want to see. Outside of that, I thought Clarkson was solid, impactful. 4 points, 5 boards, 3 assists for Jordan Clarkson. Really solid night from Clarkson overall. Mitchell Robinson, I thought, was pretty solid all night as well. He's 4 for 8 from the free throw line, 50%, and that's the lowest bar I could ever set for anybody, 50%. So I guess Nagy said Maxey didn't show up again. Yeah, and you know why Maxey didn't show up yet? Mikal Bridges locking this man up. My goodness, has Mikal Bridges just decided, I'm not going to let him turn the corner on me. Time and time again. And it's also beautiful game plan from Mike Brown as well. That's perfectly executed by the Knicks here. Where they're hedging out hard and just showing him a double team. Every time he's coming off a handoff action or a screen with Embiid, they're just showing and staying there and forcing him to give the ball up. And he's just not getting it back. I mean, Tyrese Maxey takes how many shots tonight in comparison to everybody else? So Tyrese Maxey ends up with, he started shooting a lot down the stretch as well, but he still only ends up with 12 shot attempts. Edgecombe 9. Oubre, Embiid, and Paul George all shot more shots than Maxey tonight. That's a problem. Paul George, 6 for 8 from the field after the first quarter for 15 points. 0 for 10 after the first. Mark said, next man up, baby. Love the mindset. Yeah. You get OJ and Anobi rest. You take a 3-1 lead. You take a 3-1. Philly wishes. You take a 3-0 lead. It's essentially a death sentence. The Knicks are poised and ready to move on to the conference finals. You got one more game you got to take care of. Win, lose, or draw in the next one. I would like to win it, but we gotta be able to get OJ and Anobi one rest. I wouldn't even play him in the next game. Ishella, what's up, Ishella? The Knicks are on a mission? Yes, indeed. Lance Nape here. What's up, Lance? I'm a Knicks state of mind with W. Yes, sir. 3-0 lead, Mark. 3-0 lead. When was the last time the Knicks swept the series? When was the last time? Gigi said Brown took a page out of Popovich's playbook. Technically, yes. but it's through the transitive property, yes. He technically took a page out of Steve Kerr's playbook, who took a page out of Popovich's playbook. So technically, yes, but he gets it from Steve Kerr. When was the last time Knicks swept a series? Friday night Knicks win. I didn't even put it together. It was a Friday night Knicks win. Yes, sir. Last time the Knicks swept the series was in 1989. That can't be right, right? That can't be right. The last time the Knicks swept the series was 1989. The 90s Knicks never swept the series? Is that right? Cleveland will put up a fight? I hope so, Yak. I hope so. If the Knicks can end theirs in 4 and Cleveland can push that to a 6-game series or so and get us some more rest, Mark said, I can't remember. I mean, I looked it up now, and this is obviously the AI-generated thing, so you can't really take their word for it, but I typed in when was the last time the Knicks swept the series, and it came up that it was 1989. They swept Philly, but it was a 5-game series. It was 3-0. That's why I can't remember. Yeah, that's crazy if that's true. That's a different browser. Let me check this one. When was the last time Knicks swept a series? They swept the playoff series in 2000 when they defeated the Raptors in the first round. Before that, the Knicks swept the Hornets in 97. Okay, so this is why you can't trust AI. Terrible. It was not 89. That's what I thought. There's no way the 90s Knicks didn't have a sweep. So the last sweep was in 2000 against the Raptors. While the team has won the series since, most recently defeating the Cleveland Cavaliers in 2023, 4-1. They have not achieved the 3-0 4-0 sweep since 2000. So 2000. 5-game series. It was 1990. It was the 2000 first-round series. We can look that up. Knicks versus Raptors 2000 playoffs. It was the first round, and they won it 3-0. Yeah, 5-game series. They won it 3-0. They won the first game by 4. Second, why am I looking up over here? I can show you guys. I could just show you guys. They won the first game by 4, the second game by 1, and the third game by 7. Look at these scores, man. Look at these scores. These are crazy scores. 89-92, 83-84. Ugh, disgusting. And then 87-80. Kind of gross as well. My goodness. Yak said Cleveland played horrible and had a chance to win both. Yeah. I mean, if anything, Yak, that doesn't give me confidence in Cleveland. That gives me confidence in our Knicks, though. I'll tell you that. These are disgusting scores, but that was the era, man. That late 90s, 90s in general, and then into the early 2000s, and then they started to migrate back, to offense a little bit, and players started to get better, and obviously the advent of three-point shooting started to become more and more and whatnot. But man, McGrady had 25 in Game 1. Vince Carter had 27, the leading scorers, and then Houston ended it out, leading scorer, Game 3, 23 points. You love to see it. Oakley, 14 big old rebounds. Eric C said, Knicks looking like they got it together at the right time. Yes, it does. Yes, it does, man. But so this is what came up here on the Brave browser. But this is the Google search. Before that was a 97 first round where they swept the Hornets. This is why you can't trust the AI stuff, man. On Toronto? Was that Oakley on Toronto? I didn't even check. Was that series on Toronto? That was 2000? Yeah. That was when he was on Toronto. Yeah. I didn't even. I just saw Oakley and was like, oh, yeah, duh, on the Knicks. Yeah, right? Did Oak play for Toronto? Yes, he did. To the 2000 series, he played for Toronto. Shout out Anthony Mason. But that's going to wrap us up, y'all. Thank you for hanging out with me here tonight. Fun one. It was a fun one. Let me get rid of that. Come over here. Unfortunately, we did not hit bingo. Unfortunately. Well, that's going to wrap us up here. Karl-Anthony Towns with 8, 12, and 7 in 26 minutes. Still pretty dang impressive. And obviously the foul trouble. But pretty dang impressive. Josh Hart with the double-double, 12 and 11. You love to see it. He still didn't, only with the 4 turnovers as well and the 3 assists, so still didn't end up with 12, 5, and 5. So that's going to help. That's not going to help us on our bingo card anyway. That's going to end it right there. We didn't hit bingo, unfortunately. We got close. I'll always take it when we get close. Brunson almost a double-double with 33 and 9. Also 5 big old rebounds. Let's not underestimate the 5 rebounds from Jalen Brunson. Mikal Bridges was phenomenal tonight. He was phenomenal tonight. I just want to harp on it even more. He was incredible. This is the man we traded 5 first-round picks for. This is why they made the trade. Not for the regular season, for the playoff run. A little bit for the regular season. You got to help us get through the regular season, Mikal. I don't know where you've been at, but this is why they traded 5 first-round picks for Mikal. No OG Anunoby, no problem. Josh Hart continues to be a machine, despite him being questionable, despite him looking like he tweaked the ankle. 40 minutes tonight. Played the most minutes on the team. Invaluable, Josh Hart. Invaluable minutes. Jason says Spurs up by 10 already. Yeah, I think the Spurs are going to run away with that one. The Timberwolves are just not healthy. I don't know why people think the Timberwolves have a chance when they're just not healthy. They don't have a chance. Oubre being your leading scorer is a problem if you're Philly. If this happens, you're probably going to lose the game, right? So they had a good game from Oubre. The problem is they just didn't have anybody else step up to the degree that they needed them to. 18 for Embiid, 15 for Paul George, all 15 in the first quarter. Did not score through the other 3. Keenan Hart said, Susan, he was invisible. He was visible, apparently. Yeah, shout out. Shout out Mikal Bridges trying to shed the invisible label. Aiden said, good night, y'all. Another great stream. Yes, sir, Aiden. Appreciate you, brother. Outside of that, Edgecombe was mostly invisible tonight. I mean, 11.7 boards, 4 assists is not bad for a rookie at all, especially with being tasked with guarding Jalen Brunson all series long. It's tough, but I thought he was, he was fine. You just didn't really feel his presence out there that much outside of the times he was guarding Brunson. You didn't really feel him offensively. Maxey, only 12 shot attempts, is not going to get it done. They got to play through Maxey to have a chance. Mark said, look at their bench. Yeah, I mean, a lot of end-of-the-bench guys, obviously, who are not part of the rotation, but they haven't played any part of the rotation. Justin Edwards not just being cast away is crazy to me. Like, you have to spare guys some time. Get Justin Edwards out there for a couple of minutes. It doesn't make sense to me. But Barlow played 10 minutes, Grimes off the bench for 22, and he was pretty bad all night long. Knocked down 2 threes in the fourth quarter there to help him out. But outside of that, wasn't very good at all. Bona only got the 2 minutes. Got him out there quickly. He was a -8 in 2 minutes, which seems impossible, but he was. Drummond only played the 4 minutes tonight. They didn't even go to the bigs. They went to Barlow at the end of the day in the fourth quarter when they needed to spare and beat some minutes. So Nick Nurse just trying to find some things, but not pushing the right buttons right now for this team, not trusting the bench at all. I know it's not much of a bench, but I have the same criticisms as Tom Thibodeau last year. I know you don't have great options, but you have to go to those options. You have to instill confidence in those guys. And so when push comes to shove and you have to go to those guys right now, they don't have any confidence that they're going to be able to come through. Right? But you have to be able to trust Justin Edwards. You just have to. I know it's not a great option. I know. You might get killed in those minutes. Maybe. But you got to spare Paul George some time here. Maxey played 44 minutes tonight. Was on pace for 46, but he didn't play the last 2 minutes. Paul George played 38 minutes tonight. He's an old man. He was on pace for 40, but he got pulled out of the final 2 minutes of the game. Joel Embiid played 35 minutes tonight. They tried to spare him as long as they could in the fourth quarter. He could play the entirety of the third quarter. I know you have limited options, but you got to trust some of these guys, man. You just do. Curtis said, let's beat Detroit now? Well, we got to beat Philly one more time. Listen, the Knicks are up 3-0. That's practically a death sentence in the NBA. The series not over yet. You still need one more win. Handle business on the one win, then worry about Detroit. Hopefully Cleveland can push that series past, 5 games, and you can get a 6 or 7 game series, hopefully, out of that one. Doesn't seem likely, but maybe. But, yeah. Keenan said, how about not trading McCain? Yeah, that's another thing that everybody's been talking about. They traded McCain for cap space, so their billionaire owner can save a couple of dollars. And they traded him for a future first-round pick, who you're going to be hoping is going to be as good as McCain was. He probably won't be. It's 11-1? Oh, my goodness. The Timberwolves have 1 point. 5 minutes into this game, we're quickly approaching halfway through this first quarter. Minnesota, you got to knock down some shots. It's 11-1. San Antonio not pulling away either, by the way. 11 points is bad. Curtis said it's a done deal. Philly is cooked. You got one more game to win, brother. You can't look ahead. That's how you end up losing. The Knicks are in prime position to pull this off, whether it's a sweep or in 5 games. Don't let it go to 6. End this one. End this one in 4. LP, what's up, LP? Wolves going for the quarter record. Yeah, they are, man. We are at the halfway point, and they're still stuck on 1. This is crazy. The sell the 3, he misses it. I mean, again, San Antonio not pulling away, though. They're also not putting on an offensive performance here. They're past the halfway point here. Oh, my goodness. McDaniels misses a floater in the lane or rattles out. That was the time. They haven't made a shot yet. We're halfway through this first quarter. Anthony Edwards in the starting lineup, by the way. Jason said, incredible game by the Knicks. I mean, all around incredible game for sure. We're going to wrap it up here. We're just meandering now. We're just hanging out, filibustering. I'm trying to keep an eye on this game, but this is a terrible offensive game. Really awesome defensive game, though. The defense is awesome. But these guys got to knock down some shots, man. Madrasa said, appreciate Shama tonight. Shama was fantastic as well. Yeah, sometimes you need a random guy to step up, and Shama was the guy to step up. Right? Shama was the guy to step up. So shout out all the channel members, whether you were gifted a membership or you decided to become a member all on your own. I appreciate you guys nonetheless. Thank you for hanging out with me all night. LP said, do you think with Bridges' performance today, we can afford to rest up OG more? Yes, absolutely, LP. I 100% would not play him in Game 4. That's just me. I know OG Anunoby was really advocating to try and play here tonight. I would rest him in Game 4 as well. And I'd be like, hey, Knicks, you won Game 3 without him. Go ahead and win Game 4. Go ahead and win Game 4. Sweep with no OG. Do it. Do it. Get him as much rest as possible. Drummer Manny, Knicks in 4. Yes, sir. Knicks in 4 until proven otherwise. Isn't that what I said? Knicks in 4 until proven otherwise. Curtis said, I want LA to win 2 at home. Yeah, I was hoping they could pull off that Game 3. Oklahoma City pulled away in the 4th quarter. But unfortunate. So that's going to wrap us up. I appreciate you guys. K. Hazy, Curtis, Drummer Manny, LP, Mark, Jason, Nick Yak. As always, appreciate you guys. Might be less than the Hawks 9-point quarter. They finally made a shot. I don't know who made it. I think it was the Suit move, but they finally made a shot. 14-3. But remember, guys, first shoot before bed. Stay hydrated, and I'll catch you on the next one. Good night, everybody. Bye. Knicks in 4 until proven otherwise. Throw it on a shirt.